good morning, everyone in Macon, Georgia, Middle Georgia, and everyone else around the world through the World Wide Web. This is the Morning Roast for Flatulent Friday, September 27th, 2013. It's 8:03 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time in Macon, Georgia. Yes, indeed. Yes, it is.
Wow.
We got anyway. You're here live from the Nut House with Irv, Ed, and yours truly, DB. Man, you need to cut down on that fiber, Ed.
Yeah, really. Or come up on it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The prunes, man.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Miss
everyone.
Bean. And Jess is with us. Good morning. Jess 13-1955.
Mm-hmm.
Pointy cones. Have you ever heard of that one?
No, not exactly.
Hello, welcome. Pointy cones. Smell my fingers here. Oh, low registers here. Or LWR Ventures. Welcome. And quite a morning.
Yeah, definitely quite a morning.
I was up pretty early.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just got up automatically at 6 a.m. And I just kind of sat in bed a little bit, came out, watched a little early morning television.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of shit's going on. You know, they got that stuff in Kenya, that mall.
Shopping mall.
That shopping mall massacre or whatever.
The chopping mall.
Yeah.
Yes.
They have this one woman that they say was probably the only female in all this.
Mm-hmm.
And she's known as the White Widow.
Yes.
A white widow. She's a young American girl, blue-eyed, blonde-haired.
Yes.
Who became an Al-Qaeda sympathizer.
Mm-hmm.
And now is searching all over the world. It sounds like White Wedding. Remember White Wedding?
Yes.
This is White Widow.
Yeah.
There is no wedding. Interpol on Thursday issued a red notice for Samantha Luthwaite.
Yes. Age 29.
The so-called White Widow at a recent, at the request of Kenyan authorities, but the International Police Agency added that the notice dealt with a 2011 incident. Reports said a white woman was among the terrorists who stormed a mall in Nairobi last weekend and prompted a slew of media speculation about Luthwaite, a British woman whose husband was one of the suicide bombers in the 2005 London terror attacks. She was wanted by International Counterterrorism. A red notice is for charges related to the explosives. By requesting an Interpol red notice, Kenya has activated a global tripwire for this fugitive.
Mm-hmm.
Witnesses say they saw the female militant inside the mall during the attack. And a senior Kenyan official confirmed Tuesday that a woman was involved, and at least 67, of course, people were killed, and as many as 63 are still unaccounted for.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Matter
of fact, somebody said that some of the people who did the shooting, they were dressed as women to actually kill some of the people, to fool the people. You know,
yeah.
You know, because you know the women basically do the shopping. And they probably dressed up as women.
It was probably her idea. Let's go to the mall.
Right? Yeah, right.
I mean, guys are so lame. They'll say, you know, the guys may do like a football stadium, or they may do, you know, one of those places.
A hotel.
But it's the women that bring up the malls. Is that what you're saying?
Well, not the part is the mall, but they basically probably got the idea of dress up as a woman because people are gonna try to circle you for episode, and then they're like, "Excuse me, can you help me find the nearest exit?" Poof, 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 poof. There you go.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny. We've been talking about men dressing up as women a lot. Maybe they're trying
to get on show business. They're not trying to
laugh, not kill them.
Yeah. Well, kill them, but kill them on stage.
Well, here's the funny thing. They had mentioned it early on.
Yeah.
That was one of the fears they had was because it was a shopping mall, there was a lot of clothes readily available.
Yeah.
That they were afraid that these terrorists were gonna change their clothing and used some of the clothing right off the racks. You talk about not only did they terrorize and kill and murder and mayhem and blow up, but they were a bunch of thieves too. They steal clothes.
But the reason what really made it really slick about this is that they actually had they rented like a little small room or place at the mall. You know, kind of like they rent. You know, certain stores rent spaces in the mall. They basically had rented an area in the mall for months, planning it. They were sneaking in arms, bullets, and ammo at that little place. Nobody didn't even know about it. You know.
Yeah.
And
anyway, Pointy Cones. Is he gone? Good. Either way, just in case, I'll just make sure that he's not even around. You don't have to be here, you stupid ass. Nobody asked you to be here. What's the point of watching the news, you moron? Go watch your shitty ass news with your crappy newscasters.
Oh,
and don't talk about shit other than to say the story and maybe give it a little bit. At least we delve deep into the story. We may even bring up points that nobody else thinks about, right?
Yeah.
That's the purpose. And thank you, Mr. Ventures, Miss Ventures, LWR Ventures, for pointing that out. It's not a waste of time to share and discuss news events. Thank you. Good morning, T.L. Wilson is back.
Yes, how you doing? How you doing, T.L.?
Well, High Point, the main topic, not read the whole article. That's what I just did, Bean.
Yeah, good morning, Yale. Good morning, Yale, Bat Abraham.
Yeah.
Good morning to you,
that story was about 5 times bigger than what I read.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
And, sorry, I agreed. I miss Be a Moron too. Just hit the high points on the topic and read the whole thing. That's what I just did, Bean. That's what I do. I make sure of that, Bean. So, I'm not sure. Do you want me to read one sentence? Is that it? That's it? There's a white woman that's a terrorist. End of discussion. How's that?
What was her name? By the name of
How's that?
Luthwaite.
Much better?
29 years old.
Yeah.
She's 29
anyway,
years
so,
old.
The point is that I agree. I try to go to the main points of the subject, so we're not reading a story for 10 minutes. We talked to Derek about that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for advice that I've already been doing.
Yeah. Speaking of some topics,
I'll take it again.
I'm surprised you and Ant didn't go to the program they had.
Did you go?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, and how was it?
It was good. It was more people than I thought it would be there.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I think the I don't know if the Macon Telegraph was there, but I'm sure the journalist students that were there were most of them consisted of journalist students and other concerned Mercer students as well, talking about the Trayvon Martin case. I mean, they talked about it since it's been out of the news for 2 months. They thought, well, maybe it's just a safe enough subject to talk about after the trial's been over.
Well, speaking of what you want to bring in, they did talk about Trayvon Martin. One of the reasons why, well, first of all, I didn't go was because by the time I got up, I took a nap and I overslept.
Right.
And you know what happens to me in the mid-afternoon? I get really, really worn out.
Yeah.
And I'm up at 6 in the morning almost every morning, which is one of the reasons. Somewhere between 6 and 7, I usually get up. And I was just wasted. By the time I got up, it was already 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
By the time I would walk there, to be over. So, from where I go.
Yeah, I didn't feel quite tired. I mean, especially after walking.
I'm glad you went, though. I'm glad you went. At least you had a presence there. People recognize you, right?
Well, maybe one or two.
Oh.
But I did get to meet some of the law professors who were part of the discussion, who led the discussion, I should say.
Cool.
And
And was it? Did it get anywhere? Or was it important? Or did?
I guess it would be to an extent for those future law students.
Was Cheryl Davis there?
No, she wasn't there. I don't think. No, she wasn't there.
So I
Because
don't feel
they
so
talked. They talked specifically of Trayvon and not exactly Junebug, so to
Yeah,
speak. Even
well.
though there are very similarities between the two.
Yeah.
Because they're both two black males who were both killed by gun-toting people, and they were both unarmed, and both,
No.
despite being both considered potentially a threat, even despite the fact that they were unarmed, which I'm still trying to wrestle with. How does a person who's unarmed, I mean, unless you have a fifth degree black belt or something, I mean, what does a unarmed person? How does an unarmed person intimidate an armed person?
Oppose a threat.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what happened with Officer Clayton Sutton,
Mm-hmm.
who said that he felt in danger of his life, even though the guy was unarmed.
Yeah. Well, because
he
his
was
blackness,
big. Well, because
his
he was
shadow
big.
was too
He was too big
intimidating.
and black for him. How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what happened. And no problem, Bean. No problem, sweetheart. No offense taken. It's just that I read the story as I read it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you notice, I went through and it was over within seconds. And then that's the only day that everybody decides to chime in about only read the main points. On the very day that I read only the main points. That's why I was a little annoyed about that.
Okay.
But I'm not offended. I'm just a little annoyed that when you finally get to do something, people come back and say, it's almost like I'm serving coffee, and all of a sudden, and I never served coffee before, and all of a sudden people say, why don't you serve coffee?
Yeah.
It don't make any sense to me. All right, we got early voting runoff happening when, Derek?
It's happening next Saturday, October the 5th. For those who want to get ready for the runoff election that we're going to have between C. Jack Ellis and the sitting mayor, Robert Rickard, to be the first mayor of the consolidated Macon-Bibb County. Definitely get ready, and hopefully you'll be registered and everything. Says that the confusion over absentee and early voting counts shouldn't be an issue in the October 15th runoff for mayor and 4 commission seats, an election official said this past Wednesday. Steve Allen, the vice chair of the Macon-Bibb County Board of Elections, says that those ballots would be among the earliest counted after the polls close at 7 p.m. Allen said the board's discussing the situation with county technical officials to make sure the absentee and early voting tallies aren't mixed in with the totals from the 40 precincts. Meanwhile, Allen said the board will be scheduled Saturday, October 5th as the weekend day for early voting in the runoff. It'll be held in the Elections Board office on Pioneer Avenue.
There you go. So we'll be on Pioneer Avenue electing who? I guess it's going to be Jack Ellis.
Jack Ellis versus,
Yeah, Rick, and by the way, Robert Rickard will not debate Ellis, and that's another story this morning. Don't expect any one-on-one debates between the two candidates. A spokesman for Robert Rickard said he won't debate, and former Mayor Jack Ellis says that he'll debate an empty chair if he has to.
pull a Clint
Well,
Eastwood.
even if Rickard was there, it'd be like an empty chair, I guess.
Yes.
Anyway, earlier this week, Helweg Tenderly, Helweg, by the way, is Robert Rickard's PR guy.
Yeah.
Whatever.
PR guy.
Campaign manager.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that he agreed to the event, but he needed to check with Rickard. Soon afterwards, Rickard said that he's going to send a note to MAZ, statement explaining why. I don't know why he's not publicly stating it. Obviously sending it to MAZ. Hopefully MAZ will put it up. And, of course, you know that Rickard drew 7,000 votes more than Ellis. And yet there's still a runoff. And then, and Ellis, of course, was mayor here between 1999 and 2007.
Yes. In which maybe, truth be told, most runoff elections they don't have much of a turnout. Well, maybe this will change because since there were only 26% of registered voters that actually participated earlier this month, just for this election. Hopefully, they'll be better.
I agree, Pat Abram. It doesn't make any sense for him to do an empty chair. He's going to look exactly like Clint Eastwood. Like a total fool when he was talking to that chair, pretending he was talking to Obama.
Yeah.
He's going to look like a total moron if he does that, so I hope he doesn't do that. And is Chuck Chalk? Did you vote Chuck Chalk? Why would you want a mayor with a name like Chuck Chalk?
Chuck Chalk.
Chuck Chalk. Sounds what?
I don't know. Maybe he.
It sounds like that Indian girl that you like.
Priyanka Chopra. No,
yeah,
that's not.
Whatever.
Chuck Chalk doesn't look anything like Priyanka Chopra. I can definitely attest to that. But
Mohammed Hussein said, "How does an unarmed person pose a threat?" Well, I want to tell you, but I don't want to offend you. All right, well, let's see. Unarmed persons can't pose a threat based on age, gender, size, finance, authority, position, and affiliation.
That's a good one, Todd. He's like a mad teacher. Watch out, he's going to Chuck Chalk.
Yeah.
Good one, y'all. Good one.
That is a good one. All right, well, I always love jokes in the morning.
Yes.
Especially when I'm not in the mood for them. But I've got one of these mornings today that I can't really explain how I feel.
Right.
But eventually it'll draw itself out. So we'll just continue to read stories, and hopefully I'll figure out what the hell it is I'm feeling this morning. Good morning, DS Photo Guy. I'm feeling better now. DS is on.
Okay.
Actually, I'm happy that Bean is on. I haven't seen her in a while. I'm not sure where you've been, girly girl.
Yeah, DS, I just want to let you know, in case you missed the first 15 minutes, we talked about that the early voting for the runoff election, it starts next Saturday, October the 5th.
Yeah, make sure that you vote.
Yes.
Either way, and if you're not going to vote, that no vote is a vote, I guess.
So to speak,
everybody has a right, but I just don't like people not voting. I think it's a waste of freedom that you only have, but once every year or so, a couple of years or so. Mm-hmm. Might as well take advantage. And take advantage of the fact that you have a voice in this whole scheme of nonsense that goes on downtown in Macon. Mm-hmm. I've been sleeping late. LOL. Me too. Well, no, not really. I've been staying up late and then waking up early, which is even worse, I guess. And speaking of which, you know what that can cause? That can cause a lot of problems, like it did in that airline where the pilot fell asleep. Wow. I'm looking for that story. There's a pilot who had a heart attack, actually, in midair. He suffered a heart attack. A passenger airline had a heart attack in midair late Thursday, forcing the plane to make an emergency landing. United Airlines 1603 on its way to Houston. And it diverted to Boise, Idaho. Later on, the pilot did pass away. He did die. Man. So he had a heart attack in midair. Then we had day before yesterday, we had a pilot, rather a crew, almost crashing because they fell asleep at the wheel. These guys are not getting enough sleep. Mm-hmm. Sleeping is a major, major desire. It's just like eating. Mm-hmm. It's just like the only one that you can avoid and not have to do is sex. That's another major desire. But eating, sleeping, sex are the three big threes. Yeah. But the only one that you can leave out and stay and live on, right, Derek, is not having any sex. Right, Derek? You can still look as good as Derek. They'll survive. If Derek wouldn't eat, he'd wind up looking like a skeleton. If Derek didn't sleep, you think the stories that he reads are long-winded. He'll fall asleep right in the middle of them.
Well, actually has been at least one time.
Exactly. But not having sex, what the hell? He's surviving. Exactly. Anyway, let me see. If 2/3 RDS of the people do not vote, there is grounds to challenge the legitimacy of the election. Okay, I'll remember that. Yeah, I'll remember that. I challenge the legitimacy of any and all elections. Yes.
And tapping does count. That's asexuality.
Yeah. By the way, your friend Yale Bat Avram said smack me in the head. By the way, Yale Bat Avram, you AKA White Widow? I just want to know. You got some weird name there. I thought maybe, who knows?
It's
anyway.
Hebrew, man.
Oh, it's Hebrew?
Stereotyping now?
Yeah.
Are you stereotyping?
Yeah, the guy from New York City,
I don't think so. Yeah.
one of the most diverse cities in the country, in the world. He's profiling.
Yeah, what can I say?
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, listen, you take a ride on a New York City subway, and the average subway has, they say, over 75 different nationalities, but according to other stats, they say a full subway car, meaning from end to end, how many cars they have, you're going to have at least minimum 172 nations. One day, I heard that statistic. Although my husband accused me of poison. Yeah. That's funny. That's after you walk out of the bathroom, right there. Anyway.
Okay.
So, anyway, 172 nations. So I decided, thank you, Ed. There you go. I decided one day to look at a pattern. I swear to God, I started counting them. Like the different races.
Yeah.
And I stopped somewhere around 50. There was about, of course, there may be some that they kind of look alike, but they're not alike.
Yeah.
Like, some Filipinos look Japanese or some shit. But I took a good guess based on, how they dress. And you can't really tell with skin color because a lot of New Yorkers are pale because there's, you have the winter time there. It's not like down here.
Yeah.
Where you have an automatic tan all the time. There you go. Look at that. As disgusting as it comes.
Yes.
And anyway.
I need some eye bleach.
What can I say? Speaking of, we can't stop. Anyway, so that's it. Anyway.
Yeah,
what else? I'm rambling.
I got some crazy stuff right here. I got some crazy stuff right here. It says, an Oregon church slogan says, "Church sucks." This is from CNN from Eugene, Oregon. A pastor in Oregon. Oh, you got the video of it? Okay.
Oh, you got a video.
He's trying to recruit members to his church with a catchy but controversial slogan on billboard that says, "Church sucks." Roll that beautiful footage, Ed.
Yeah, church sucks. Incredible news. Somebody would say that.
The video.
Oh, it has a really
video. I guess it sucks so much you can't hear shit.
Well, basically, I guess unless the video goes in there, I'll just read the story. It says, the church pastor has been mailing out hundreds of flyers with the slogan to homes in the area. He's looking to create a place where people who have not had the best church experience in the past to reconnect to their faith. Pastor Tony Crank, like the truck. Pastor Tony Crank says, some churches have become the kind of place where you point the finger and you condemn and you rebuke and you really quick to do it.
Have become? That shit has been going on for centuries.
And so I think that is definitely lending itself to people not wanting anything to do with church and thinking church sucks. So he believes church churches around the world are focusing not enough on connecting people with God. This is from CNN, which
Very
I
true.
mean, I know what he means with it, having a billboard that says "Church sucks." That's like someone having a billboard that says, "Hey, go to church. If you don't want to go to church, then you can go straight to hell."
Yeah, that's what it is. There was one in New York. I was on a bus and I started cracking up because it says, "Come to church on Sunday." This is on a billboard in a church. Come to church on Sunday or go to hell. That's exactly what it said. So New York.
Hey, working your timing.
Anyway,
Jeez.
so who the hell knows? Anyway, Killjoy. So there will be no burning at the stake in his church. You know? And there wasn't much said. It was a silent film there. So who knows?
Nothing stops the Spanish Inquisition.
Let me see. We
Monty
talk-
Python, ladies and gentlemen. Google it.
You
Thank
know,
you later.
here's a church that you might have want to go to, but you're going to wind up in jail for.
Really?
In Albany, actually, it's not a church. Is that all these kids went into this former NFL player's house? This
Right.
is all over TMZ, and now it's made the regular news because he decided to press charges. And 6 people were arrested on charges. They were among hundreds of young partygoers
Right.
who trashed former NFL player's vacation home. This is in New York. He's got like 600 acres or something. And the arrests were made on Thursday after former New England Patriots and former Los Angeles Raiders offensive lineman Brian Holloway said he signed papers authorizing the county sheriff to bring charges in the Labor Day weekend party, which was attended by up to 400 teenagers. You see, these little scumbags don't go to church, but they can get together and trash a house. 400 of them. See
Yeah.
what I'm talking about? This is a parental problem, folks.
Yeah.
I'd like to see not only the kids go to jail, but send their parents to jail as well. Screw them. Get them all in frickin' jail. They're all a bunch of frickin'
Wow.
little terrorists.
I knew that story sounded familiar because there was CNN talked about it. I don't know if we actually played the video, but the guy, he had this big, huge house. It was a beautiful house.
Yeah, and
You
they
ever seen-
did graffiti and broke the windows, broke the doors. They showed pictures. It was worse than having like a crack addict living there. It was absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
And who knows if they were doing that too. They said Holloway was said that among those charged was a young man he had taken into his family for the first time as a homeless teen. There you go. What a little freaking ingrate, little bastard. People charged could end up with hundreds, or could end up in the hundreds rather, as they work through the sheer volume of the participants.
Yeah.
The party has caused about $20,000 in damage
Wow.
to his rural vacation home near Massachusetts border of Steventown, with broken windows and holes in the walls. They want to know, he's accused of advertising the party, this young man that was homeless,
Yes.
and
brought into
providing
his
alcohol. Now, this little scumbag can't afford rent anywhere, and yet he's able to provide alcohol and advertising.
Very interesting. Make
Yeah.
flyers and everything, right?
And 3 others were arrested for burglary and larceny. 2 were misdemeanors, including trespassing. The ages range from 17 to 21. And who knows why this happened, but all I know is when you get a few teens in a room, it could be mayhem. Imagine hundreds.
Oh yeah. When you had when you're talking about like 200, 300 people, you're talking about straight mayhem.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Good Time Radio.
Yes.
You're right, Yale Pat. These kids are number one, out of control. And again, it's watching these video games having all the sexualized songs going out and all this other shit. It's got these kids, like I said, they've retarded our youth. Our youth are completely retarded at this point. And you know what? The parents of the 50s used to think the same of the kids that were growing up in the 60s. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
The Beatles and all that.
Yeah.
This shit can't compare to that. They were a bunch of nuns and priests in that day compared to what we got today.
Yeah.
Those kids were beautiful kids compared to the shit we got today.
Yeah.
These kids are horrible. And you know what? It's because this country has spoiled them.
Yeah.
Rotten, stinking rotten. And this is what happens. You know, they talk about capitalism being the best system.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I bet Abraham says that really touches on him. Says the part of the story that gets me is that when Holloway called the kids out, the parents pitched a fit that he was ruining their future.
Yeah, what a bunch of...
They trash his house and they say he's the cause of the problem. That sound like some of the people that talk about Tommy Sotomayor is like, I'm talking about the stuff that's going on with the woman who put her baby in the microwave. Y'all get mad at me for telling the story. Get mad at the woman who put the baby in the doggone microwave. You know?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I mean, the worst that look, even Frank Zappa never twerked. You're right.
Yeah.
And we had Ozzy Osbourne biting the heads of rats and all that, and
and Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper with the mice or whatever.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I mean, the only victim of that was the rat and the mouse, or the bat rather.
Yeah.
Which are both known as pestilence or vermin.
Yeah.
These kids are worse than somebody ought to bite their head off.
Yeah.
That's it.
No consequences. Parents protecting kids from any criticism. They're not doing the kids any favors. Yeah, you're right. You're definitely
No,
right.
I'm serious. The parents like that. That's why I said in the beginning of this whole nonsense story here is that the parents ought to go to jail as well. I don't care. You know, biblically it says that the father doesn't get blamed for what the son does. The son does. Screw that. Get them all in jail.
Screw that. Lock them up.
Lock them all up. Sue the shit out of the parents. Take their homes away. Take the kids and put them in a freaking one of those detention centers until they're, whatever, how many years old. Let them learn the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
Screw that. What a bunch of rotten little scoundrels they are.
Wow.
And like you said, what's horrible is that the parents are going off on this guy.
Yeah.
Because he was mad. Well, good. He's pressing charges on hundreds of people. Let him do it. He's a lineman, right? He was a lineman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you talk about he's going to get a what do you call it? A touchdown on this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Over and over and over again.
Speaking of some hell raisers, remember that story about this guy named Cobb? The guy was buying all this property, real estate from this little town.
The neo-Nazi guy.
Yeah, neo-Nazi guy. And there's only like one person who's in particular, Leith, North Dakota. That's the place.
Yeah.
And there's only like one black guy, one African American resident who's still holding out and refusing to give in to the intimidation. Well, guess what? Looks like he has some backup. It says there have been recent protests against these neo-Nazi groups who have joined together in an attempt to take over the small town of Leith, North Dakota. The small town has only one African American resident who's refusing to move. While he says he's not moving, he is the only problem for the neo-Nazi fascists. But Leith is right next to the Standing Rock Indian Nation as of last Sunday, which is a small Native American occupancy of a little town. Yeah.
Place.
Yeah, a little place. And Leith has seen numbers of Native American and other anti-racist, anti-fascist protesters swarming the town in an attempt to show the Nazis they're not going to be intimidated and not going to take the BS, okay? And perhaps the problem, one of the highlight of the protest was when 4 Native American grandmothers came together to play an improv game of capture the flag of the Nazis, where there's a picture of them where they actually took one of the flag of the, of the Nazis, of the neo-Nazis in there. So
You
that's
know
really
what?
good.
Here's a good idea. What do you guys think? Take all those kids that trash that house and send them there. To that Nazi town. Send them to those Nazi guys and see what those Nazi guys will do to them.
Yeah.
They'll probably tattoo their rear ends with swastikas.
Oh, jeez.
Like they did on that movie, The Oz. Remember that show, Oz?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're showing this
where the
about
Aryan
prison.
guy tattooed,
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, that would be overkill right there, man. You gonna scar them for life.
Yeah, well. They would love that. They find out that they have a lot in common, I bet. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, sentimentality, that's true. That's
Sorry
very
about
true.
that. Maybe it was a bad idea, but just a thought. Anyway,
you're right.
pretty bad behavior. I mean, this world is completely chaotic.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
you have not only do you have kids trashing houses, and you have mayors refusing to have any
Debate.
kind of debate.
Yeah.
You have what else? You have the neo-Nazi bill.
You know, buying
Wasted
real
away
estate.
again, Nazi-Bill.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Being a filmmaker and an actor myself, I'm quite really concerned about this particular story.
this is sad, but it's about time. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
The people that have owned it really suck at promotion anyway.
Mm-hmm.
This place, and I'm not gonna give it away yet until you tell the story.
Okay.
But this particular place or venue
Mm-hmm.
deserves and could possibly bring in so much more for our city.
Yes.
But
Yes.
because you have scumbags that own it, that don't know how to run a place like this, it's the reason why it never makes money, and it now needs to be sold.
Yes.
There you go.
Historic Macon Theater is now for sale. The historic Cox Capitol Theater, located on 382 2nd Street in downtown Macon, is now on the market. Coldwell Banker of Ebhart and Berry has the property listed at $900,000. Real estate agent Stephanie Folsom said that price includes all of the furniture and the fixtures. The theater remains fully operational while it's on the market, she said. Chad Evans and Wes Griffith, owner of the downtown's Rookery and Dovetail restaurants, recently took over operational duties at the theater. So
I guess they did such a good job.
sounds like it's going got a flat tire or something.
No, see if it's somebody banging on my door here.
But so
No.
they took over the operation duties. The guys who own the downtown's Rookery and Dovetail restaurant. So that means that are they going to try to own it or what?
Who knows? But they did pretty good. They do pretty good. With the Rookery and the Dovetail. I'm not sure what the Dovetail is going on.
I mean, I'll tell you the truth. I wish I was able to get a loan for $900,000. That'd be.
Is that what it's costing, the property?
Yeah, the property is listed at $900,000.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
That is
Definitely.
cheap. $900,000.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a wonderful looking venue.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have pictures of it, but we'll throw it up later. But also, it was in the movie Wise Blood.
Mm-hmm.
They had the original look to the Capitol Theater.
Yeah.
It actually, the overhang, it used to go from all the way to the corner to the next. It was huge, and then now it's just a little front. Did you all see where Kurt Cobain's childhood home is up for sale? You know what? That guy, what didn't he die of drugs?
Mm-hmm.
Kurt Cobain?
No, he didn't die of drugs. He was suffering from drugs and stuff like that, and he shot himself, committed suicide with a shotgun.
Okay.
Shot his head off.
My uncle worked at the Capitol in the 40s. It is a gorgeous place.
I didn't know that. That's very interesting.
Yeah, the thing was that they removed. See, I always thought that the way they have it is kind of like you getting a beautiful mansion and you have no furniture in it.
Yeah.
It's like they have this beautiful theater, but it doesn't even have theater seats.
Mm-hmm.
They got tables and chairs. It's like stupid. They
Yeah.
removed all the theater seats, I guess. Is that what happened, Yellbat? They removed the theater seats? I don't know what
I do remember well, they moved the theater seats at the bottom. They still have them up top, in the balcony.
Right, they have them in the balcony, but even the balcony's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Just...
I mean, I would really
Yeah, and they put a dance floor so it could bring music venue as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's no dancing going on in there. And when they have music in there, they have tables and chairs.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they completely ruined a historical theater.
Yeah.
Hopefully, whoever buys it will return it and start to show real movies downtown.
Yeah.
These multiplexes are making a lot of money. All right, they don't make as much, but
Yeah.
people do want to go to movies.
Yeah.
They have that theater. They have the big theater that's been abandoned for God knows how many years.
Really,
and
since the
Newtown
70s.
making-
Since the 70s. It's probably going on 40 years.
About 40 years.
Yeah.
It's absolutely horrible. And meanwhile, you have all these movies coming out, although they're not great. But going back to movies is now back in
Because even
again.
even Athens had a classic theater. They had a $1 movie. I mean, you could have a $1 movie over at the at Cox Capitol if they wanted.
Yeah, I've been to the balcony. It's kind of odd, but it is a balcony after all. That's what it is. But it feels like you've got to go through this middle floor and then go through these little doors on the side. It doesn't seem like it's user friendly. Like if you had a crowd in there, they'd be like lining up in order to get into the balcony. Kind of weird, but it's a small theater in a small city, so if they knew how to do it, they could make some money. They could do plays out of there, and they can use it for regular movies, just a regular movie house. But they refuse to do that, and now if these guys buy the Rookery and all that, they'll continue that stupid-ass made-up, whoever made it up tradition of leaving that theater looking the way it does. I think they ought to get rid of all the tables and chairs, put in real comfortable theater seats, and convert it back to what it was, a movie house.
Yeah. Yeah.
And screw the music.
Now,
we got enough
Mikhail-
bars and venues for that shit.
Mikhail turned to a Jackrabbit Slim's Burger and Shake. No, they need to do that for the Bib Theater. Now, for the Bib Theater, because it's been abandoned for since the bicentennial. So I mean, let it do it that way.
Yeah, well,
Maybe do the Bib Theater that way.
so it's very sad that they're selling it, but maybe, it's going to turn out to be a good thing. Somebody will buy it, invest in it, and do the right thing by it by making it into an actual theater house, a movie house. And by the way, there's a difference between THEATER, that's theater for movies, and then there's theater with an RE, which is for
stage
live plays. And
live plays.
that was not known as a RE theater. It was known as a regular movie theater.
Yeah.
It
That's
was known as a movie theater. And then somehow they wanted to, make it more classy or whatever, and bring music. You got too many bars already, filled with stages. Everybody's building a stage in their bars.
Right.
You now have the new place opening up, that Bull Run, whatever that thing is called.
Yeah, Bull Run.
What is the name of that stupid new bar with 10 different venues in it? Including pool hall, across from Roasted.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it.
The
It's gonna be
Iron
really
Bull
huge.
or the Bull, that bullshit place. It's got a lot of stuff in it.
Crazy Bull. That's
Crazy Bull, thank you.
Thanks, Diaz.
Thank you, Diaz. Crazy Bull is now opening up. They're going to have, more music. I mean, you have Roasted Cafe, that's a coffee shop, and it has a stage.
Yes.
You have that new coffee shop opening up, and it has a stage. Well, shit, put in a newspaper stand and put a stage in there. Everybody puts a stage up for music.
Yes.
And meanwhile, they can't even fill them. There aren't that many good bands left anymore. They're all going everywhere else. They're going to Athens.
Yeah, that's a good thing you said. It's basically is the same word, just British versus American spelling. Yeah, the RE, I guess, is the British spelling of theater, and ER is the American spelling. Because when you have center, they sometimes spell center that way, like the medical center, CENTER.
Yeah.
That's the American version. The medical center in British would be CENTRE. They just switched the ERs.
All right, well,
Different
whatever.
places.
So to me, that's how I saw it.
Yeah.
And by the way, Diaz photo guy, I looked in the window also. You're right. It looks far from being open.
Yeah.
I mean, when are they going to finish? I guess Newtown Macon hasn't shoveled them enough money to fix it up.
But speaking of some places, you know that Bilo Mart that's supposed to take over that new Chevron building they're supposed to be rebuilding? The Chevron gas station convenience store is like right across the street from
Lolo's?
yeah.
Yes.
Lolo's, yeah. They got the little building part, but there's still nothing inside. I'm still like, what are they waiting for? They're waiting for the holidays or something?
They're waiting for money.
Oh,
If they had money, they'd be finished.
yes.
But the fact that it's sitting there, somebody's got to pay the taxes for that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Somebody's got to, divvy up, and somebody had to buy it. And they're waiting for money. They're waiting for money. Listening while I scrounge breakfast. Good for you. Good time.
Yes.
Anyway, well, that's good and bad news.
Yeah, good.
So
and
you
bad.
want to finish that up, or?
Yeah, I got some really bad news. The wife of Dr. Joseph Lowry
Oh
dies
shit!
at 88.
Yeah. I was watching. She was sick. Now she passed. All right.
Yes, this is from Atlanta. Evelyn Lowry, the wife of civil rights leader Dr. Joseph Lowry, died yesterday morning. She suffered a massive stroke last weekend, and she was 88 years old.
Wow.
The Lowry family said Wednesday doctors told them that the damage from the stroke was irreversible and had brought her home from the hospital. The Lowry family released a statement yesterday morning. It says, in the early hours of the morning, surrounded by her family and husband of close to 70 years of marriage,
Yeah.
Mrs. Evelyn Gibson Lowry made her transition into the comforts of her home, having suffered irreversible damages after experiencing a severe stroke on last Wednesday evening. Mrs. Lowry returned to home last night, having been under the constant care of medical experts at a local Atlanta hospital. After receiving guidance from the medical experts that there was nothing more medically they could do, the Lowry family returned to their beloved Evelyn home to peacefully rest around those she loved.
There you go.
She was also Mrs. Lowry was the founder of the SCLC Women Incorporated, the sister organization of the historic civil rights organization, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, and the creator of the annual Drum Major for Justice Awards that is held annually in April in Atlanta, Georgia.
It's true.
Yes.
She was 88 years old. She had a long life, and she saw. Look at all the changes she saw. My mother used to say, "Papichon mucha bola," which means, for a pigeon, she's flown far.
Yes.
She had a good life.
Yes.
A long life. She's dedicated to her husband.
Very dedicated.
By the way, she helped.
In fact, her father was one of the president local chapter of the NAACP.
Yeah. Well, she helped get a lot of people down to this new March on Washington that they just recently had. She was very instrumental in getting people down there. And, thank you, Yelbat, Ivan. What can I say? At least as a long flying pigeon, she didn't shit on anybody.
Yeah.
Instead, she helped people out.
Okay.
If you ever go to New York, pigeons will shit on you. By the way.
Well, they
she
crap
wasn't
on
one
you
of-
everywhere. I mean, trust me. I know. I went to.
She was a
I went to
shitless
college.
pigeon.
You have a way
Obviously, she
with
gave white people a lot of shit. I bet.
you have a way with words.
What can I say? It's a way to celebrate, you know.
Yeah.
One of the things that you fought for was freedom of speech. I have the freedom to say just about any asinine thing I can say.
Yes,
right?
and you definitely exercise it like
Yes,
like
I
an
take full
aerobics
advantage.
like an aerobics instructor. You stretch it like a pair of cross trainers, man, like a pair of Air Jordans. Yes.
Anyway, shit. Well, that's a mood I'm in, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel kind of shitty today. Anyway, very sad news.
Yes.
Very sad news. And let's come up with some good news here, Derek.
Oh.
Let me see. In the local news.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh no, this is good news. I'll bring this up. River's Edge. You remember we talked about the Rainbow Center.
Yeah, Rainbow Center.
That helped people with HIV/AIDS, and of course the guy screwed up because he didn't.
The one who succeeded, Mr. Fambro.
Yeah, Mr. Fambro.
Yes.
He was supposed to put in some kind of application for a grant.
Yes.
He was obviously late, or he didn't know how to do it. Said he was late, but in fact he just didn't know dick shit about doing it.
Right.
And they wound up losing their funding. Well, Riverside Behavioral Center, River's Edge rather, is now going to be housing low-income tenants with HIV/AIDS. Currently, they house people with mental and physical disabilities. So they're going to house more than 30 people.
Mm-hmm.
And the staff wanted a safe and comfortable place for victims of the virus to stay. And after months of renovations, the clients are able to move in today.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be good news for people with HIV/AIDS living in a house or in housing. That really is going to be more or less like a place they could stay, get their medicine, and get some help.
Right.
Why not? There's some good news.
Mm-hmm.
What else, Derek? You got something?
Yeah, I
That good news or creepy news?
Well, I guess it depends on where you look at it. It's really
No clear cut.
It's it's kind of a bittersweet type of story, but I have to admit that it will choke you up though. You know, kind of one of those Lassie come home type stories, or at least going home, depending on where you look at it. Basically, it's a story of an Atlanta guide dog who killed while performing an heroic act. An Atlanta family is mourning the loss of a beloved guide dog, a seeing eye dog actually, who left them one final heroic act. Seconds after he was struck by a car, the owner, after the dog was struck by a car, Simon, an 80-pound boxer, pushed his owner's child to safety, who was with the owner by the name of Dave Furukawa. He says, "This is true loyalty and courage." Furukawa, who is visually impaired, has counted on Simon as his companion and his seeing eye dog, his guide dog, for the last 4 years. Earlier this past Monday, Furukawa was walking his child Will to school, and Simon was by his side, and they were crossing Brownwood Avenue in southeast Atlanta. Witnesses saw a car run a stop sign and strike Simon and then Dave, Mr. Furukawa, the dog and the owner. And bystanders have told the Furukawa family that they saw the dog use his protective instinct kicking in despite the injuries that would prove to be later fatal. He pushed, even though he was the dog was hit and his owner was hit, his son fortunately wasn't. He basically pushed the son to the curb. And basically witnesses lifted Will. That was the picture of the dog, Simon. Witnesses lifted Will and ran him down the street to his mother, and Simon went in. He had a broken leg, gash on the side, and internal bleeding. That's what Simon, the dog, had. He says once he was sure Will was okay, he laid down. And family members rushed Simon to an emergency vet clinic, but the boxer was DOA. He died on the way there.
Well,
So basically, the Pilot Dogs Incorporated of Columbus, Ohio, provide assignment. They'll basically be able to give him another guide dog, maybe sometime next month, early next month.
And yeah,
Because he definitely yes. What you said, he definitely flown far
yeah. Well,
for a dog.
and going now to an opposite. We'll talk about some fat cats over here. You know,
Cat, dog.
you know how the Republicans always exaggerate shit, and they always make, they are completely
Thanks ever showing
what they
the
call
picture of
diabolical liars, and they like to use a lot of scare tactics, and they like to stretch the truth from here to eternity. Well, Barack Obama's fighting back, and his crew, in the way that he's now talking. It sounds almost like he's hired some Republican spin doctor to go after these scumbags. And let me just give you an example. President Barack Obama went nuclear this week in his attacks on Republicans trying to derail Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare, painting the controversial law opponents as fat cats who watch too much Fox News, or freeloaders, or the Koch brothers, or folks who think that the Fugitive Slave Act and Obamacare are equally terrible. And that's a slight exaggeration. This is what they're saying. And as always, Pug Nation Senior Obama advisor Dan Pfeiffer took CNN to compare Republicans to terrorists and kidnappers and arsonists. And then here's what he said, more or less. It is not a negotiation if I show up at your house and say, give me everything inside or I'm going to burn it down. That is one. And the Republicans have provided a laundry list of essentially ransom demands. That's what he said. And what we're not for is negotiating with people with a bomb strapped to their chest. Wow, they're really going nuclear. And here's the thing, a lot of these guys that don't like Obamacare, really what they're afraid of, and remember, what Obamacare really is how Justice Ginsburg explained it. It kind of caps off Social Security. At one time, you had Social Security, well, we still do, have Social Security to cover your butt financially in case you have, when you get older and you retire and so on and so forth, right? Then they had Obamacare, which is really the last leg of that whole system of Social Security to try to cover you not only financially, but also physically and health-wise. It kind of fits in. But of course, the Republicans don't want that because they believe in the America that when the founding fathers, who by the way were slave owners and racists, and invented America under the auspices of saying it's a free country and all men are created equal as long as they're white like me with blue eyes,
And
they want to go back to those days. They talk about the founding fathers. Half of them were rapists who were raping their freaking slaves, having a bunch of kids. They used to beat people up. They didn't apply the law that they gave themselves to others. But yeah, let's go back to the founding fathers. Please, give me a break.
Well, it's 9 o'clock. Well, 9:01 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time in Macon, Georgia. It's 57 degrees right now, 57 degrees and sunny with the high of 81 and a low of 56 degrees. So as we take a break, we hope you're enjoying your wonderful start to a great weekend. This is Flatulent Friday here on the Morning Roast, live from the Nut House with Irv, Ed, and DB. Don't go away. Don't touch that remote or that mouse. We'll be right back. It's 56 degrees with a high of 81 and a low of 56.
There is nothing wrong with your television set.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong
Do
with
not
it.
attempt to achieve.
It's us. Yeah.
Now you're back.
Yeah, don't like us. Please, yes, you're right.
There we
Too
go.
much.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh, kaboom. Where's the kaboom?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like in the dish. Anyway.
Yes, you don't want to light a match because this is Flatulent Friday. Of course, we know that, right? It's got to be careful.
Thank you, good time. There's corn kennels somewhere. Actually, I like corn.
Corn is good for texture.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
We got a corny show.
Very corny show.
Yeah. Anyway.
Just like me. Yes.
By the way, speaking of corny shows,
Yes.
these corny assholes in Indonesia don't like the beauty contest because they say it's a whore contest. You know, we just
Sparks
had
controversy, yes.
it's sparks of we just had Miss America or whatever.
Miss Teen USA on there.
Miss Teen USA, and then they have Miss Twinkie, and they got everything, anything and everything. You know, isn't it weird how we have women's shows, right?
Yeah.
Like beauty pageants and all that.
Yeah.
We have dog shows,
Yes.
but we really have no male shows. What's that to say? What do you think that?
Well, maybe because we're not valued by our beauty or looks, so to speak. Unless we're
No,
like,
we do.
unless you want to call it professional
They have
sports.
weightlifting. They have the log thing.
Right.
Yeah,
but
the
I
Iron
mean,
Man. Yeah,
we're
Iron
talking
Man
beauty
contest.
contest.
Yeah, strong
Like
man
beauty
contest.
Nobody
contest.
wants to see a man walk around.
Well,
with an
but the
axe.
point is there are some guys out there that are more beautiful than women. I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of good-looking guys that they can throw up there on stage.
Well, that's why RuPaul had that cross-dressing beauty contest.
You know what I think it is? Here's what I think. Is that because men call women bitches, they have the bitches and the dogs, and the dog bitches. That's what I think. What do you think of
Ew.
that?
How about a green bong?
We should have a yellow tongue show. There you go. I'm the first contestant up.
Ew.
Yeah, all I'm saying is
Yeah, you're right. It's a roll of toilet paper.
bye LWR. I guess you're gone already.
Yeah, I think you scared him with the picture.
That's toilet paper stuck in there.
But no, they should have. Why not? They, have Mr. America or something.
Well, they do have Mr. Olympia, but that's
Well, they have
bodybuilding.
Miss Muscles. too.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah, they have
bodybuilding. That's all
yeah.
fake. That's all steroid shit. I mean, have regular guys come out and just like these women. I mean, they're not going to be regular guys because obviously a lot of these women in these contests are beautiful, model-looking women.
Well, yeah, I mean, to be honest, I mean,
Probably
only
treated like
20
queens.
only 20 to 25%, maybe 30% of the world's population is actually supposedly good looking, or at least
Right,
or
well,
exceptionally good looking.
Exactly. And of course, they were making joy about 2%.
Yeah, and you wonder why I'm so simple.
Yeah, people in the
Anyway,
South are just ugly.
Yeah, the dental industry is
There's
not big
something up with.
Yeah, but but the thing is, we got a whole lot of bars, so to make up for the lack of beauty, because somebody got to, ugly people need love too.
Even I'll tell you, in the South,
Yeah.
is also the only place that I've seen more women smokers here. I never seen so many women in my life smoking like I do ever since I moved to
Even
to
more
Georgia.
so than
in New York, they hardly ever smoking. Well, they do, but then never.
I thought they'd be smoking like chimneys over there.
No, not at all. But yeah, a lot of it has to do also. Women like to look pretty and all that, and there's a subway system that they got to go into, and there's all this. Everybody's more polished because you'll be looked on as a bum if you dress down. They're really New Yorkers, especially Manhattan. They're always, even like the people that are dressed up in like running gear and all that. It's all spotless clean, and you smell a lot of. All right, you do smell urine in the subways, but you also smell a lot of colognes, a lot of perfume. You see a lot of people made up in ties and suits, and the smokers are. You're not allowed to smoke on the subway. Number one.
Yeah, that's true.
Now you're not even allowed to smoke in New York almost.
Jeez.
The laws are so strict over there. You can't smoke in bars. You can't smoke on the street. You can smoke at home, I guess.
I guess, yeah. Probably so.
But a lot of curry farts in the New York City subway. That's true. But all I'm saying is that here in Macon, Georgia, ever since I came here, it's odd. I see older women smoking in New York. That probably wouldn't happen so much. People don't like smoke. That's why the laws were passed the way they were passed. That's why Bloomberg wasn't given much hell for him stepping in and changing the laws on smoking. Because they figured nobody really likes to smoke anyway. And the biggest complainers about people smoking are New Yorkers. They tell you right to your face, could you please smoke over there? Don't smoke near me. They're really rude that way. They don't give a shit. They'll tell you.
Wow.
I don't like go away. You shouldn't be smoking in here. Now they don't have to do that because you can't smoke almost anywhere in New York.
Yeah.
But here in Macon, Georgia, of course, they smoke like frickin' like chimneys here.
Yeah.
Women, young, old.
Yeah.
Men, myself, of course.
I'm still trying to. Yeah.
Derek is the transplant.
Yeah. Okay.
It's an anomaly.
Yeah, an anomaly. That's true. Tell you what's I'm still going crazy with that video. Ed,
Me too. Good time. I used to smoke between the cars. I did that shit too. By the way, I did smoke in the subway station. You just knew you had to know where to stand. Number one, you would go in an area where a lot of people would take a pee.
Yeah.
And that way you knew that nobody wanted to go near there because of the urine smell. Screw it. By the time I smoked that cigarette, I didn't smell urine. I smelled smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just still tripping out of O.J. Simpson allegedly caught stealing gooey cookies. I mean, he's going from...
Oh, you got to tell that story. Speaking of urine.
I mean, the video. Yeah, the video was just crazy.
Speaking of urine, O.J. Simpson.
Stealing cookies from the... Yeah, he was caught stealing cookies from the prison chow hall, according to the report. Oh, my goodness. It says...
hey, good time. Will you ever go back to New York?
New York City. New York City. Crazy stuff going on.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a question.
Simpson
never go back to New York City. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. Former Gridiron Grey was caught with a stash of not one but more than a dozen oatmeal cookies, according to Fox News Radio. Simpson, who's serving a 33-year sentence for armed robbery at Lovelock Correctional Center in Pershing County, reported tried to smuggle cookies into his jail cell after lunch. He might have gotten away with a cookie caper. It wasn't for those meddling kids. No, I'm kidding. It wasn't for an inquisitive guard who noticed Simpson was hiding something under his prison clothes. When correction officers questioned Simpson, he allegedly confessed to the theft. OJ just stood there with a goofy grin on his face and kept the guard as the guard kept digging inside his shirt and throwing cookies on the floor. Simpson's fellow inmates reportedly on hand to witness the guards expose his sweet tooth. Says Simpson is 66 years old, was arrested in Las Vegas in September 2007, charged with numerous felonies, including armed robbery and kidnapping in relation to the armed theft of sports memorabilia that had his likeness. Sentenced to 33 years imprisonment, the Nevada Parole Board recently granted Simpson parole on some charges related to the robbery, but ordered him held for the next 4 years. If there's any truth to Simpson's cookie theft, you may want to ease back. According to Gawker, Simpson, who was once celebrated for being the first professional football player to rush more than 2,000 yards in one season, suffers from diabetes. His once chiseled body is now portly with excess fat. Yeah. And only time will tell if the temptation of the cookie proves too difficult to ignore. So he went from a Hall of Famer to a Muppet. Cookie Monster specifically.
Well, yeah.
See, it's for cookie. It's good
no
enough
wonder
for
why
me.
he looks so fat. Did you see him when he came out?
Yeah.
He gained he's like what, 250 pounds now. He's got those red eyes that you get.
Yeah.
Those yellowish, reddish eyes that happen to you when your system is filthy or dirty or something going on with you.
Yeah.
Internally with your bladder or some shit. You got the yellow eye.
Yeah, they call it diabetes, yeah.
No, I don't think so. My mother never had yellow eyes. She had chronic diabetes. I think you get it from what do they call that illness that you get when your eyes yellow out?
They
Why don't
usually
you look
call
it up?
They usually call it.
Wikipedia.
They usually call it jaundice. I think.
Yeah.
Because I have looked up that
Liver damage. Thank you.
Oh, liver damage. Okay, yeah, that too.
Thank you, too much. Jaundice. Thank you.
Jaundice.
Blank space.
That's
That's what he said.
Huh?
That's what he said. He
Yeah.
said jaundice.
Oh, you said jaundice? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
My
mom's a nurse.
But it's also liver related too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
So, okay, we got a new chatter here named Dash.
Mm-hmm.
Dash colon.
Yeah.
Dash colon.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Yeah, Hepatitis does that also. Yeah, Blank Man. I like Blank Man. He's like Prince was, Symbol Man.
Yeah.
He's Blank Man. Oh, okay. I am called underscore, bro. You got it. Underscore colon.
Well, all of them have
Or dash colon.
Yeah, all of them have colons when they,
Oh, I see. That's part of
Yeah, we
the...
saw Earth colon at break.
Sorry. I dash, he's called underscore.
Yeah, speaking
Okay, underscore. I'll remember that. Call me whatever you want. I like your show. Thank you.
Well, speaking
underscore.
of colons,
I like having you. Especially you don't take up space on my chatter's screen here.
yeah. Speaking of colons or a-holes, whatever you want to prefer, there's basically a convicted rapist that's going to be released, according to the victim's mother.
After 30 days.
Yeah.
31 days.
Yeah. A former Montana high school teacher registered as a sex offender and checked in with his probation officer during his first day of freedom after completing a 30-day sentence for raping a 14-year-old girl. Stacy Rambo, who's 54 years of age, was picked up at the Montana State Prison in Deer Lodge by a family member yesterday, even as the state Supreme Court, who reviewed the sentence and handled this case, and the critics call for the removal of the judge who handled this case. District Judge Jita Bao drew outrage last month over the sentence leniency and comments he made that appeared to pin some of the blame on the victim, Charisse Morales. The teen committed suicide in 2010 before Rambo went to trial. And Rambo made no public comments when he was seen later on yesterday, reporting to a state probation officer back home in Billings. He's been registered as a level 1 sex offender, meaning he's considered a low risk to re-offend and will remain on probation through 2028, unless the original sentence is overruled. So basically, it's 2013 now, so for another 25 years, or 15 years, he'll be on the sex offenders list for 15 years now. State prosecutors say Rambo should have received a minimum of 2 years, but barring new offenses, the former teacher has served his time and will stay out of prison pending the appeal. Morales' mother, Yulia Hanlon, said Rambo's release still shows that he's still skating just at 6 years after he assaulted her daughter. Rambo's attorney, Jay Lansing, declined to comment on the defendant's release. Several friends and family members of Rambo also declined to comment. So that is talk about a lackadaisical judge or justice system over here.
Yeah, baby. All right. Yeah. Anyway, we got some good news coming up in a minute. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. We're not going anywhere. So, but we got some good news walking through the door. By the way, did you hear?
Ric Flair strut.
Let me tell you something.
Let him tell you.
In order to beat the roast, you got to be the host. Woo! I knew Darren would
That's a
love
good one. That's a good one.
Where's my damn chair?
Good Talk Radio said, whoa.
And then I bet the Z's started.
Switch off.
They
Yeah.
thought, oh hell, sports is starting.
Switch off. Let's switch off, Gary. Switch off.
Okay.
Move it on down. Slide it on down. Take that chair. And he's going to take the big one.
No, he's going down the middle, man.
Oh, okay.
You always got to have a black man in the middle. You know?
The black man's always in the middle.
Yes,
That's right.
do the reverse Oreo. Yes.
That's right. You know, the minute they do create that, all hell's breaking loose, man.
we haven't.
The
Oh,
minute
yeah.
the minute Oreo Nabisco says we're going to do vanilla outsides
And
with a
chocolate
chocolate
inside.
center,
Mm.
oh hell, Al Sharpton's coming out, Jesse Jackson's coming out, Daryl Jackson's coming
They're
out,
all coming
Isaac
out.
Lightfoot's coming out. They're all
You
Yeah.
know what's so funny is,
How y'all doing?
yeah, how you doing? Great to have you.
Yes.
We're sitting the Wendy O. Williams show. How you
really.
doing?
Woo! Anyway, so speaking of people coming out, you know the gay
Justin Bieber?
soccer players want to come out.
Well, they like playing with
Justin
balls.
Yeah, they like playing with their balls
Right.
all day. So
At this point, the show's gone downhill tremendously
Yeah.
in the past like 3.5 minutes.
Anton Heisen is a football player. He's also gay.
Yes.
Didn't we talk about this? We've been talking about this all
He
week.
likes tight ends.
Yeah.
We all saw that joke coming.
Did you?
And also wide receivers.
Well, he broke the taboo. The taboo that says you can't be gay and play soccer, I guess.
Uh-huh.
A forward for 2 years, while his life changed immeasurably, the same problems remain. There's so much ignorance, he says. There's a lack of knowledge. I hear football players are supposed to be masculine. There's an illusion that every football player has to have a macho and have a model girlfriend. It's not acceptable to be gay player. And the fight against homophobia in football has stepped up in the UK, in particular with the Rainbow Laces.
Rainbow Laces campaign taking center stage over the recent days.
Well, who knows? Anyway, so people are coming out. People are declaring themselves gay. I think I'm waiting for the Pope to
come
say
out.
he's gay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who knows?
Well, look at him. He carries that staff, and where's that?
Big pointy hat.
Hat?
That sounds like Gandalf to me.
Hey, Ian McKellen.
Hey, you know, it's Gandalf. He just described
You
Gandalf.
shall not pass!
Yeah.
Fly, you fool!
Yeah, right.
Whoa!
Anyway,
You like combine Lord of the Rings with wrestling.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy.
precious.
I'd like to take you out at the Periagra Center
There you
Saturday,
go.
July
There we
40th.
go. There's your.
When I
vote,
get to the
too.
ring, Ric Flair, I'm gonna bust your eyeballs, put scars in your face, I'll rip your neck off, and dance down your tonsils, then put this body together and bust you wide open.
There you go.
So when you mess
Tom Steimus,
So
number
what
one.
is this, a gay preacher? What
When
the
you
hell
ma-
are you doing?
When you messing with American Dream Dusty Rose above the woods, you messing with some riskippiness, Jack.
This is horrible.
See, we went from gay sports to gay sports. That's the segue.
Oh my God.
Speaking of which, TNA Impact Wrestling last night, Dixie Carter,
Dixie Carter.
she's a woman.
Okay.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Yeah, you know what? That is a gay guy screaming at his bottom. You gotta be a man. Take it like a man.
Dixie Carter basically tore up the contract of AJ Styles last night on Impact Wrestling in front of thousands of people, including the CEO, Hulk Hogan, brother.
Yeah.
Now AJ Styles is out of a job. Hopefully he'll get a job, maybe on WWE. Hopefully, SmackDown, which will be on.
He's gonna help save pandas?
That's WWF.
Oh, yeah, okay,
That's the World
okay.
Wildlife Fund.
That's right.
WWE Friday Night SmackDown is going to be tonight, 8 o'clock on the Sci-Fi Channel.
All right. Well, by the way, Mohammed Hussein is just like the terrorists. You know, they go in and they pretend that they're nice people, and then all of a sudden they start screaming and blowing everybody up.
Yeah.
That's what we do around here. We've gone from a talk show to a screaming show.
Okay. It's what I bring to
That's
the
just
table.
how we are. We're like terrorists.
Extremist. Very good, Ed. Ed just termed a new phrase.
And
Yeah.
stick around. The
Extremist.
Ant will lick the hammer at next break.
Yes, there's a hammer right there,
I
and
will.
you can lick it.
I will.
May they all end up looking like Lex Luthor.
Boo! No.
All right, Manny.
Yes. Underscore. There is one gay wrestler, at least openly gay, on the WWE. It's Darren Young. He's the guy with the fro. He's one half of the primetime players, the black tag team wrestling.
Leave
team.
it for the black guy to be the gay guy
See,
on the down low.
Well, they have
On the
the
down-
long.
down.
But I thought Goldust was supposed to be gay. Didn't he come out as gay as the character? I could have swore that that was when the first time wrestling had like the gay character get introduced to. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah.
Well, then again, you have that
Wasn't
one.
Goldust trying to be gay?
Supposedly,
With the bow and all
supposedly,
that
yeah.
shit?
I mean, they said the same thing about the guy Mark Morrow who had the character Johnny B. Bad, who was supposed to been like channeling, his homage to Little Richard, and he was
Or Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry, because he was, supposed to be this flamboyant professional wrestler.
Right.
I'm gonna kick your booty with my tutti frutti, bow, because he was
I
known as a
remember
great
him. I
bouncer.
remember him, and he tried to look like Little Richard.
Yeah, he did. I actually got a
He had the pencil mustache.
I actually got a autograph from him. I think about like good 10, 12 years ago, back in the day and stuff, when he was on WCW about 15 years ago. Because he used to spar with he was a sparring partner for Muhammad Ali and Larry Holmes back in the day.
All right. Well, going back to this gay culture that's happening in sports. Here's the naked truth
Okay.
on some of this
I'll
stuff.
be right back, guys. Go ahead.
Okay. And I suppose up until the point on autopilot and reporting that's going on, just imagine you are in the locker room ready to interview a sports star, and they're standing there dripping wet from the shower, drying off, and getting dressed all from a distance of about 2.5 feet. And this was his introduction to sports in that particular day. So you got, this is what I talked about. Remember Marv Albert?
Mm-hmm.
Remember Marv Albert?
Yes.
Marv Albert was a guy that, thank you, Marv Albert was a guy that, hold on to that photo there.
Forget the whole thing.
Look at that. Derek, you see, yeah, you could be in a good contest here. Brother. What's your name?
Yes.
You'd be good at dressing up.
Yeah.
But,
Breaking news. Mm-hmm. Al Roker's come out of the closet.
Okay.
you think about Al Roker.
I pooped my pants.
I pooped my pants.
Play it, Ed.
Well, I don't know. Yeah. I don't think.
Next break, Ed. I got a request.
Does Al Roker come
I
out?
pooped my no.
No.
I don't know.
No,
Sure.
that doesn't make you gay. It just means you got loose
Yeah,
stools.
puff, puff,
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah.
That's what we do around here. Puff, puff,
Yes.
pass.
You need to cut down on the prunes and stuff.
Derek, looking sharp.
Thank you.
What the hell does it say above your body?
Forget the Harlem Shake. Forget Gangnam Style. It's time to bring back the Carlton.
There's the guy with the nose shot.
Yeah.
Did you see some of the
It's a new Godzilla villain.
Yeah.
Did you see some of the stuff they were posting about that? It was hysterical.
Yeah, I was on there. I was on the chat yesterday when you guys were doing that. Remember? I was,
Oh.
on the I was the one that threw in who knows what fear lurks in the hearts of man. The shadow knows.
There's a new Walmart stanza there.
I like that, Ed, by the way. I saw that. That's funny as shit. They do that.
This-
Fucking cock shit.
That's the one I may make a T-shirt
Well,
of.
did you see what I put? Did you see what I put in the replies to that? I put blurred line. My eyes.
Yeah, he put out.
Yeah, I put blurred line. My eyes.
Do they make eye bleach?
Yeah.
I need to. That would be a funny
I
shirt,
know
Irvin.
eye
That would be a
bleach
great
is
shirt.
just below on the same shelf as the headlight.
That would be a great shirt.
Oh, really?
I know.
Wearing that all around town because people that would know who we are. What
What do you think?
That'd be funny as hell.
Okay, well,
Don't
that
put
may
any
be one
words
of
on
them.
it. Just make a shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Funny as hell.
yeah. Well, since we talked about wrestling, I guess we go back into real sports. Wega. Anyway, last night, the NFL, their Thursday night game, the 49ers defeated the Rams 35-11. Incredible game.
Speaking of gay, 49ers. No.
San Francisco. Yeah, San Francisco,
Go ahead.
yes.
I guess.
Yes, I know. But anyway, sports, Saturday, Sunday afternoon, there's going to be a NASCAR race, the AAA 400 at the Dover International Speedway at Dover, Delaware.
Ah,
those who
so
check that out.
I'm
Yeah.
Such news.
Yes. Also, in the WNBA, the WNBA Professional Women's League basketball league, they have their playoffs.
Oh, the lesbian league.
Yeah, what it says. Yes, yes. The
Am I right? Most women basketball players are like tall guys.
yeah.
They probably don't get many dates when they're young.
Well,
Probably not.
except for
you
Lisa.
know, but the girl that is another one that feels bad that she can't get guys. They say, you know what?
Yeah.
Why don't we just get together and bump pushes?
Except for Lisa Leslie. Now, Lisa Leslie, she is married and she has like 2 kids. So I mean,
Who's that? Who she play for? Lisa.
I think for the LA Sparks, Los Angeles Sparks.
I've never watched.
That's like the WNBA
watched
version of the
one
Lakers.
game of women's basketball.
Well,
please.
who hasn't? I mean,
Somebody's watching. It comes back every year.
well, yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's getting support and sponsors.
Oh yeah, they are. Speaking of which, at the East Finals, WNBA East Finals,
Yeah.
the Atlanta Dream has defeated the Indiana Fever 84-79 in Game 1 of the East Conference Finals. There,
Wow.
the Minnesota Lynx overtake Minnesota Lynx, which is supposed to be the female version of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota Lynx overtake the Phoenix Mercury 85-62 in Game 1 of the West Finals.
Wow.
So basically, maybe at the end of sometime next week, we'll know who's going to be playing in the WNBA Finals. Hopefully, it'll be the Atlanta.
By the way, did you know that Macon, Georgia wants to get a baseball team going here? Did
For
you
the
know that?
80th time, yeah.
Yeah,
It'll last about a
what
year
would
and a
they
half.
be called? Is it Macon Nightmares?
They've
Making nightmares,
they've
yeah.
gone through every name. Thing about it is, it's going to fail again. I mean,
You think so?
Yeah, it always has, man.
Yeah,
It's
because
been
they had
here.
a chance. They had a chance
Yeah,
to. All they had to
always
do, they
has.
said, if you can rebuild, you can rebuild it. They will come. If
Yeah.
you rebuild
But
Luther
you don't
Wins
want to
Field,
rebuild it too much. You want to keep the history.
you're the team. Yeah.
Yeah, but
But
that's
you
a
wanna
nice
keep the
field.
history.
There's nothing wrong
Yeah,
with
you
that.
can't change too much of it because then you mess up the historic value. I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta remember that is a place where Jackie Robinson did
They
play.
have the batting
real Jackie
cage
Robinson
there.
played
They
on
have the
that
batting
field.
Yeah.
cage.
And Pete Rose.
They
too.
have the
Rose,
stadium.
Vince Carter.
And the thing
Chipper
about
Jones.
it is, look, we have football now. Thank
Right.
God, after 72 years. Let's bring baseball back. Let's make this. This is a
But it's two
freaking
different
college
entities.
town.
Yeah.
But it's two different entities, Irvin, because what it is the football might work because it's within a college.
Making
Yes.
The college,
flip-flops.
they make them fit very good. The college runs the football. They can make that sustain itself.
Yeah. And it's a
But-
money maker.
but it'll bring all the
Well, let
students
the
there.
college do the baseball too.
Nah, but I don't agree with that either because
Let Wesleyan do
I
it
don't-
with a bunch of lesbians.
I don't agree with that because I
The
don't.
Wesleyan lesbians.
Just like I don't want a government in control and in charge too
Yeah.
much, I don't want a college in control of a town too much. Because what I think is a
Well,
very
they own half the freaking
that's
town
why we're
beside
getting,
the
we're getting
churches.
into
You got the
serious local
colleges.
talk. But I'm telling you, it's not a good thing if you let a college just eke its way through your city,
Yeah,
and the
right.
next thing you know, the city is like 90% owned by a college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want that. Even if the college is successful, and this is my opinion, of course,
Right.
but even if the college is successful, you don't want it to become a city run by a college.
Well,
Yeah.
Athens is doing pretty damn well, and they're run by a college.
Yeah, but I don't
To an
think
extent.
and the layout's different.
Yeah. The layout's
The
different.
layout of
because-
the city's a lot different. You've been around the. I know you have. You went
Yes,
there.
yeah.
You've been around UGA, right? The campus and the downtown little
yeah.
strip of like
It was
cool
beautiful,
clubs
yeah.
and pizza joints and stuff. You've been there, right?
Right.
You have to admit.
I drove my
You
car.
have to admit, even though Athens is smaller than Macon,
Well, it
Athens,
was.
Well, oh, it was. Athens area like downtown is cooler than Macon's. You have to admit that.
Well,
'Cause
remember,
so-
Athens is mostly white people too.
No. I mean, a
There's
lot of
some-
the
yes,
students
it
are
is.
black.
Yeah,
students-
a lot of
yeah,
the
a lot of
students are black.
yeah.
And not even black. A lot of students are Indian, Pakistani, Chinese,
The
Asian.
students
Mexican.
are multiracial, but the city itself is almost all white city. It's
But
Republican.
But Athens has a better layout, I think, too.
It's a prettier city
It's a better
in a lot of
layout,
ways.
and yeah, a lot of the college does control
Yeah.
that. But then also you have to see the level of the college
Yeah.
too.
Plus, you have to admit the part of the downtown, especially the area that's where the students are. The downtown Athens is slightly bigger than
Yeah.
Macon Athens.
And
Macon
more
downtown,
vibrant.
more vibrant.
No,
way
not a
more
lot of
vibrant.
damn empty storefronts.
But they're a college town.
Right,
And
but,
they really emphasize that as opposed to here in Macon, Georgia,
Right.
where it's really split up between church and school.
right.
You either got the churches that are running the show here with all their freaking monolith, gigantic, catastrophic buildings, or
You still have crime.
that are almost always
I was going to
empty.
say crime. Crime's
Or-
a problem here. Crime's a problem here.
Crime, right? Oh yeah. Well, crime is a problem, but the reason why there's crime is because there's nothing for these kids to do. If you give them baseball, that's just something else that they can do. If you open up
Actually,
that
they do
gym
have it, yeah.
and Reverend Frey or whatever his name is,
Yeah.
Ray.
Actually, we do have actually we do have college
I like
baseball. We do have college baseball.
I like it.
But they
I
don't
like
play it
the
at
Freudian
Luther.
slip. Reverend
Yeah.
Frey.
Yeah.
Because you know what a fray is, right? A
No.
fray is like a fight, like a rumble. Like
Oh,
a
really?
fray,
Yeah,
like-
Reverend Frey. Let's call him that.
Yeah.
Reverend Frey can do
Frey.
something with that gym a little bit more than he can. You can bring boxing. You can bring baseball.
Well, he's been doing
Then you
boxing.
bring football and shit. You got your bases covered. There aren't that many Mexicans here anymore for them to have soccer. Sorry, but that's just a fact.
Well, they're
Well, we
coming-
used to have
But-
we used to have arena football.
Yeah, we did.
It's good, yeah.
But see, I still think you don't want a town to be run completely by a college.
Yeah. Wartown says baseball was huge in Macon at one time.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was, of course.
And
Making peaches,
I
way
think
back.
we should bring it back. We've got a nice stadium.
Yeah.
You know,
Right,
all
but
right,
it-
it needs upgrading
but
and
see,
all
what
that, but keep it all outside. It's structural, you know.
But what's
keep-
gonna problem is
keep the
people are not-
integrity of the
Yeah,
place.
but what's going to happen is people are not, like it's always been this town, they are not going to buy the tickets to go to these games.
Well,
'Cause
they
they're
don't
too
buy the tickets
expensive.
from
Well, you
Mercer
remember
either.
that was the problem with the other teams. They never had anybody show up to the damn things, hardly.
Yeah, that's
I
that's
mean,
the one.
nobody wants to pay for a season ticket to that, and nobody wants to pay for tickets
Well,
to
you
go
know how
to it.
Macon is a rollout town. People wake up in the morning and decide that afternoon what they're gonna do. They don't really plan shit out here.
Yeah, it's just pretty much
You notice,
spontaneous.
nobody
Yes, I guess, but I know a lot
but
of
the
people
question
that
is,
plan.
though-
I know a lot of planners.
And when they
in this
plan
town.
it out, they don't show up.
But question though, even you can speak as a person or even as a mayoral candidate, former mayoral
Oh, yeah,
candidate.
not bad.
But the thing is, making whoopee. That's the hockey team we used to have, making whoopee. I mean, now how you're able to renovate the Luther Williams Field and still retain their authenticity.
See, I'm not for much renovation of it. I'm fine with just doing like
With
the
the
basic
way it is.
cleanup. I'm fine with a new coat of paint, stuff like that. That kind of renovation.
Well, they
I
did
don't
a nice
think-
job with the grass.
I don't think they should completely start tearing parts of it down. I don't think they should start building parts onto it. I just think fix it up on a kind of aesthetic viewpoint,
Right.
kind of aesthetic way, I should say. Fix up that part of it. If you have plumbing problems, fix your plumbing. Fix those things, but don't go and take away its history and its meaning and its look.
Yeah, the
The
word
look
you're
it
looking
had.
for is maintain. Thank you, God.
yes,
of
maintenance.
sin.
Yeah.
Who is that? God.
God of sin. Yeah.
God of sin. On top, God always comes through in the end. God of sin.
Yeah. See, the thing is, that's the thing I'm trying to figure out. Like, Macon had the potential to have women's softball
Yeah.
in the '96 Olympic Games, and they dropped the ball, and it ended up going to Rome,
Yeah.
which is still actually smaller than Macon, but yet they still
yeah.
they still have the Rome Braves over there. They have a baseball
They kept
team.
their
in Macon.
baseball team, and their baseball
Yeah.
team came from here too.
Yes.
Remember,
Yeah,
they
right.
lost their team here, and it went
By the
down.
way, Manny, we know about Atlanta having sports and it blows Macon away.
Yeah.
Atlanta also has about 300 times a freaking population.
Yeah.
But the
Right.
point is, and they don't have this Mickey Mouse politics that we have here in
That's
this
very
mom
true.
and pop mentality that's in politics, where mom and pop are the ones that run the show like a freaking big Walton's household here.
Yeah.
It's still very.
That's yeah.
Very, I'm
The
serious.
milk probably pools
It,
making
it
it-
probably, it's very, very what they call adolescent. It's very adolescent. Very, what's the word when you have a party and the party?
God of
has
Sins is
little
maintained.
balloons?
No, go ahead.
You know
What,
when
I mean,
a party
juvenile?
has, like, you know when a party has like balloons and little pictures and all that. That's one party, and then there's a party where they have slick and it's really expensive looking. Macon still has the little balloons and the little, trying to make a party out of this place. When in fact they ain't got it right. It's too adolescent thinking. It's still too
juvenile.
juvenile. Thank you.
Well, I always said when I ran for office, I think the city does need a sense of youth. I'm not going to say juvenile behavior, but youth in the sense of this music history.
Yeah.
That was my campaign, and I'm not going back to that shit, but that's what you do. Music is youth.
Better
music
focus.
Music is vibrant. Music is
Right.
energy.
And it also
Energy.
you
Music
also,
rebels against the elders.
absolutely.
You need that. The city
and you
needs to be
consume
that.
alcohol, so you'd be so drunk it
Yeah.
wouldn't matter what anything
Yeah.
looks like.
Yeah.
Uh,
So that's what the city
That's
needs.
why you have so many
Vibrance.
bars here, because you
Youth.
said you yourself said there wasn't that many
Danger.
good looking people in Macon. So
That's
yeah,
why you have so many divorces.
yeah.
You want to wake up, you know. Fuck you.
Well, Good Time Radio says Macon's party is in a trailer.
Speaking of trailers,
People
Like I
can't
said,
afford
Alabama,
news.
Oh, yeah. Back to sports.
yeah, back to sports. Speaking of trailers,
That's true, man.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
whatever.
Here's a point, Mr. Ex-Mayor candidate. If people can't afford to go see teams you lose, if the people are not working, they will not spend extra cash on watching a sports venue.
Bingo.
But the
So
thing about
maybe
it,
you're right.
yeah, but I don't. But also, that's a good point. But I don't think that it necessarily has to do with the winning or losing record either. I think what's going to happen, and I was thinking this with Mercer. You know, Mercer so far has steamrolled through everybody.
Oh, yeah.
3-0.
Well, they're good at it.
But the last two games, they shut the other team out. Both
Yeah,
scores
61
were
to
something to
nothing.
0.
Yeah.
61-0, 41-0.
But they're playing
Last week.
against teams who just started their football.
That's right, and that's
program,
my
just
point
like-
too. That's kind of a double-edged sword. People can get tired of somebody also winning too much,
yeah.
and also winning in that fashion. It's not exciting. Nobody wants to go pay to see their team
See a
kill
blowout,
somebody.
yeah.
Right.
So that's a double-edged sword. You can say, yeah,
But they're
if
gonna
the
play
team's
Georgia
a winning
Tech.
team and they go incredible with this
Yeah.
like 10-0 record or whatever. But the thing about it, that can hurt ticket sales too. Because really, the excitement someone wants during a sporting event is they want that drama. They
And that's
want
what
that
happened
up
with
and
the
down.
Yankees
conflict.
for a
They
while.
want
The
that up
Yankees
and
were-
down.
but
They
they-
don't want somebody going, "Hey, I blew you out 90
But you have
nothing.
to- but you have to
I
say
blew you
that-
out 44 to nothing last week."
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
nobody wants to see that.
But the hate, but to be honest though, I mean, if you're a
Oh,
Yankees
shit.
fan, I mean, you have to be ridiculous to say that they hate their team to win. If you had to prefer between
No,
picking a
I-
winning
Yeah,
team
but
and
it's
losing
like
team.
Good Time Radio said they want to see the lion get a few licks before the gladiator kills
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
Now,
exactly.
who said that?
Good Time Radio.
Good time. You're good.
Yeah, he's a gladiator right here.
Point on.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to blow out every game, but you do.
You just don't want it.
Yeah.
Not even a blowout. You just don't want it just looking like a walk in the park.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it is,
Even
then,
the 72
then ticket sales are going to stop. I guarantee
Yeah.
people are going to go. Why go see the game? They're going to kill the team.
Yeah,
You know, who cares?
like even the 72 Dolphins, they didn't blow out
No.
all the competition every
No.
game. No,
That Super Bowl was a nail biter. The Super Bowl that they won for 72 was a nail biter.
Well,
That's
God of Sin says at least your team players aren't selling drugs and homeless on the street. That's what it's about here. Where is that, God of Sin?
God of Sin, we do have
Where
homeless
are you
here.
living in hell?
No, we do
Living
have homeless.
hell.
We have quite a bit of homeless
Living
here.
hell.
But I don't have a problem with a lot of the homeless. I'm not a guy. I'm not an anti-homeless guy.
All right, Manny, of course, never. Everyone loves a winner. Idea, go to Texas and watch football. It's a religion, and no one remembers a loser. Texas
I
town
disagree,
change holidays to go watch high school football games. Yes, of course. They prefer sports than helping people out over there in frickin' Texas.
I disagree. I think if you win too much, your home people are going to get tired of paying to go to see your games.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be so accustomed to you winning. It's kind of obvious already in the first 3
It
games.
happened with the Yankees.
Well,
They
but
started
also-
losing a lot of money.
Yeah.
After they hit through the third World Series, they won 3 World Series in a row, and then that 4th season, people were like, "Screw the freaking Yankees! They're gonna win again," because there was also the rumor, which was in fact a fact, that the Yankees were stacking their deck by paying all this money to these very good athletes, stacking their deck and gaming the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They took away, they offered, let's say if you had, let's say like the Cubs wanted a good player. The Yankees would step in right away and say, we'll give you $1 million more,
Right.
$2 million more, and drag them out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They would,
But-
yeah.
But it's kind of obvious with the Mercer games already, because you remember how the first game sold out in 27 minutes. Second game tickets sold out. I don't think the third game sold out. I think already the attendance has dropped for those Mercer games after 3 weeks, because you didn't hear how the third game it sold out. People might have just got kind of past the newness of it. Oh, I went to the new Mercer football game, and just like, I'm not going to go this week.
Yeah.
Plus, they're killing everybody.
You're right, too
Yeah.
much. I can't believe it either. But there are some people that do get jaded, and just like, especially if you have more than one team. If you have one team in that city or whatever state, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll have pretty much dead on all the time rooting for that team, no matter what. But when you have like 2 teams, like New York has.
Mets,
New York has the
Yankees,
Mets and it has the Yankees.
Or in football, you have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Miami Dolphins. in
Right,
Florida.
or
And the
Jacksonville
New York,
Jaguars.
You
Yeah,
have
you got
the
3
Giants,
teams.
you have the Jets, although they're not from New York, they're still playing in New Jersey.
And the Buffalo Bills.
And the Buffalo Bills.
There's 3 NFL teams.
Yeah, and the Bears, no?
That's Chicago.
Chicago.
It's close enough.
Nice try.
Yeah, oh well. By the way, Manny says the high school football programs are better than the college programs. Also, the football fields here, these high school kids play on, look like pro stadium. Yeah, well, give the kids a beautiful, gigantic, very expensive stadium, and don't give them any books, and get them all caught up in just playing football, and meanwhile you grow up being a dumb freaking brute. Let's do that.
Yeah, well,
But the other thing that I don't like about colleges and schools is that they focus too much on their freaking teams and spend hundreds of millions of dollars on promoting their little freaking team. And meanwhile, half the guys on that team are freaking brain dead. And if they're not, they're gonna be.
Well, yeah, when you...
With
yeah,
that
when you put it that
Alzheimer's
way.
shit that they're gonna get.
Well, it's
Sports
funny.
are too damn glorified, folks.
Funny you talk about it, Alzheimer's and other.
Are we done with sports?
No, not yet, because you
It's
jaw jacking all
long-winded
day.
Yeah, we
sports
keep
thing.
interrupting.
Yeah,
My
the
bad.
thing
I'm
is,
sorry.
Paul. Yeah, well, as we talked about earlier this week, Paul Oliver, the former defensive back from the University of Georgia, my alma mater, and the San Diego Chargers, was found dead this week, apparently from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
There you go.
And his death marks the latest in a string of suicides among former professional football players. Basically, you had people killing themselves, like Junior Seau, who basically shot himself in the chest rather than the head because he wanted people to know about whether if he had brain damage. Particularly, there's a study that he may have suffered from CTE, or chronic traumatic encephalopathy, which is a neurodegenerative brain disease that can follow multiple hits to the head. Not only Mr. Paul Oliver and Junior Seau, but also former Atlanta Falcons safety Ray Easterling, age 62, also committed suicide in shooting himself in the chest and the heart back in April of 2012. Last year, an autopsy found signs of CTE. Also, even further back, February 2011, former Chicago Bears defensive back Dave Durison, age 50, also committed suicide with a gunshot wound to the chest rather than his head, so his brain could be researched for CTE. And Boston University researchers found that disease was in his brain due to heavy blows from hitting, as well as Jovan Bulger of the Kansas City Chiefs killed his girlfriend before taking his own life.
What position was Bulger? I see a pattern here is why I'm
I
asking.
think they're defensive
Watson.
backs.
Right, that's my pattern.
Mm-hmm.
All of them you've named are in a position
Of defense.
either safety or defense. Not even that. There's safeties or defensive backs,
Mm-hmm.
which are the ones that usually always defend against the passers.
Yes.
Right,
the
and
pass.
they're usually the ones that get the hardest hits.
Well, not necessarily, but
They usually do the hitting.
It's very interesting that everyone he named was either a safety or a linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
And those positions are the two positions on defense that sit back off the line.
You're right. Right. Exactly.
And
So,
that,
are
that
you
might
saying
have
that
a
because they
connection.
sit back off
Well, it
the
might
line,
have a
they become
connection.
lonely?
It might have a connection with the CTE, you know?
Yeah,
It
something
might,
to do with the
you know.
brain damage. Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's the way they're hit
Mhm.
when a receiver catches it and goes against them, or
They
maybe
gotta-
the way they hit the receiver.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's interesting because everyone.
Very.
That's why I asked you, Bolger, what was his position? It didn't say the last guy's position in the story.
He was. I think he was a defensive.
Go to the last guy, but yeah, that's
Anyway.
interesting.
But actually, I want to say that with some college games, the Ole Miss 21 ranked Ole Miss versus number 1 ranked Alabama. They're
Isn't that the one with the fat beauty queen?
Yeah, last year homecoming queen. Yeah, last
Ole
year.
Miss.
Yeah. Ole Miss versus Alabama, number
Can't
1
miss
ranked.
her.
But
Yeah, miss that whole
Yes.
gal. Oh my God.
yes, it's going to be Saturday tomorrow afternoon, 6:30 p.m. on ESPN. 20th ranked Florida Gators, boo, versus Kentucky. They're playing at Kentucky at 7 p.m. on ESPNU. That's the ESPN channel strictly that plays nothing but college sports.
Yes.
LSU, 6th ranked LSU is going to be playing UJ.
Oh,
Ninth ranked UGA.
Yeah.
9th ranked UGA
Ugga.
playing. Ugga. They're playing Georgia at tomorrow afternoon at 3:30, which you will see on CBS. And also one last thing, the New York Yankees, they gave a great send off to relief pitcher
yes.
Mariano Rivera, even though they had a winning season.
I remember when he started, man.
Oh, for real?
So many years ago.
Yeah. Unfortunately, even though the Yankees did have a winning season, they did not have enough wins to make it in the wild card part, so they won't be in the pennant race. So he played his last game. He was considered the greatest closing pitcher in history with his 652 saves and his fistful of 5 World Series championships. He will definitely be a future Hall of Famer. He shed some tears, and along with his teammates Andy Pettitte, who also is retiring at the end of this season, and Derek Jeter gave him congratulations. Derek Jeter's still playing. Of course, as you know, Mariano Rivera is the last.
I don't know.
In case you didn't know, thank you, Ed, for informing us. Mariano Rivera is the last major league player to wear the number 42. Because since the rule in 1997, all the major league franchises have retired the number 42.
You said the same spiel on
For
yesterday's show.
more on
I was
this
watching
story.
yesterday's show on the
Just
chat board. He said
Jackie
the
Robinson.
same thing. 42. The only retired member. I heard this is a deja vu show. You said that on
Yes.
yesterday's show.
Mm-hmm.
I think he may have
Is that
said it
for sports?
yesterday.
Yes,
I think
that
he's
is for
doing a
sports.
repeat.
Whatever.
All right, listen. Okay, are we done yet?
Yes,
Right.
we're
I think it's
done.
break
No,
time.
I want to hear Derek
4
say,
minutes.
and that's it.
That
that's
is
all.
it for sports.
There it is. By
Yeah.
the way, they're teaching elementary school kids lessons on gardening.
Oh, shit.
You had a nerve talk about some doggone sports.
We're planting lettuce.
Have all the
And
roses
rosemary
pledged that only
sweet-
wear 42? No, I'm sorry.
And rosemary sweet peas. But
Oh,
by
y'all
the way,
gonna bust
I
your
know
wide
it's a
open,
good
boy,
thing
I
that
tell
they
you.
teach them gardening, because now these kids can grow up when they legalize gardening. Smoke as much marijuana as they know how to do it. How's that? Right?
Right.
Yeah, you're right. That is bad.
Yeah,
Yes.
speaking of sweet peas, then forget about sweet peas. You can go and grow all the marijuana you want. So teach these kids. See, that's talking about building for the future.
Ah.
You train these kids how to grow plants and gardening. And one day they'll be able to use it to grow marijuana and anything they want. Be self-sufficient.
Cocoa leaves.
And you'll get rid of the drug dealers, right? You'll get rid of the drug dealers.
Get rid of the middleman.
Get rid of the middleman, and then you won't be breaking the law.
Breaking the law.
Except the law on growing it.
Breaking the law.
But yeah, I'm just saying.
Magic mushrooms.
Yeah, imagine much.
Can I make a couple of announcements?
Sure.
I was going to announce today online. I'll go ahead and do it right now. People have been asking me, who do I endorse in the mayor run? I endorse me. I don't endorse either of them. I endorse me. And I invite all of you to endorse yourselves. Vote for yourselves. Okay, it's official. Pass that shit on to the local media. Anthony on the Morning Roast tells you who he endorses. Nobody.
That was a public service announcement.
Yeah. And matter of fact, if you vote around here again this next time, just go ahead and write me in again. Who cares? It'll be funny. It won't count.
Yeah,
but,
Jovan,
go and write me in again. Who cares?
Yes, I
Go right
googled.
in Warner Robins.
Write me in here too. Who cares?
I googled Jovan Belcher, the guy. Yes, he was a linebacker. he was a linebacker.
Yeah. See?
He's talking about sports still.
Well, no, I want to know. All of them
Just
are
happened to
linebackers or
talk-
safeties.
I just want to let
Hey
you
man,
know.
he talking about freaking spinach and green beans, and you gonna bitch about something?
And sweet peas. He's talking about Popeye over there, spinach and sweet peas and olive oil.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this.
Okay.
God of sin is probably black, he said, I think.
Yeah.
Because he says, teach your kids to grow their food and they won't break the bags for the man.
Yeah.
I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Because I eat the spinach, I'm Popeye the Sailor Man.
You know what my spinach is known as? Weed.
What?
My spinach is weed.
Yeah.
That gives me strength.
Yeah.
In your stomach.
Yeah.
I like it. We're at the Kentucky Derby. Get on the horses, gentlemen. You look like a real
To the final stretch.
You look like a real jockey. Every time you play this sound effect, Ed, put a picture of him as a jockey on a horse at the Kentucky Derby. Put his head on. That'd be great.
That's
Chain wear off. Well, at least not yet. Yeah, 2 hours down and one more to go. Don't touch that dial or that remote control or that mouse. We'll be right back. You're watching the Morning Roast with Irv, Ed, DB, and special guest Anthony Harris.
Yeah, check it out.
Spartans, eat your sandwiches, cause tonight we dine in hell. Ooh.
Can I just
Woo! That's if Ric Flair was number 301. Woo! Okay. Imagine you got 300 Spartans, you got Ric Flair as the third, the 301, and after they do their big chant, he comes in with Woo!
By the way,
That's a skit for you
that
two.
couple was very odd looking.
Yes.
Well, and also it's like
I don't know.
Also, I don't know if that guy
they
was-
both look like they had wigs on.
I don't know if that guy was straight.
Yeah, that
I
dude
don't know.
looked.
I don't think the guy was straight.
No.
That dude looked really, really moist.
Yeah.
like a fresh Twinkie, man. Just
I'm serious. They just didn't look right. After those 300 sandwiches are over, and
What, you not into Jungle Fever, Irvin?
that wasn't jungle fever. That was more like picnic fever.
That was like
Picnic fever.
bungle fever.
Yeah.
that
Well,
Oscar Mayer fever.
let me tell you, you got a lot of ants in those picnics.
Yes.
Ants.
And
you need ants in the world.
You may,
You need a lot of
Yeah,
ants
that-
in the world.
there you go. That's
We
what
like
I'm
to
saying.
spoil your
You
picnic.
got a lot of ants.
And elections too,
We like to
obviously.
spoil the picnic.
Yeah, I just wonder what kind of sandwiches did she say she made? Cheese sandwiches?
She made
No,
cheese
barbecue.
barbecues,
Barbecue,
and
remember?
prime rib sandwiches.
Derek was
Been looking at
salivating over here when
Yeah.
they showed that barbecue sandwich.
Yeah,
Derek
wasn't
looked
no
at
grilled-
me like he was about to bite my arm off.
Yeah, wasn't no grilled cheese sandwich up in there, man. It's like,
You
shoot.
never know.
Wasn't no little Ritz cracker sandwiches, little finger
That
food
was a
stuff.
damn Shaggy and Scooby sandwich.
Yeah, one of them Shaggy Scooby's
Oh,
Subway sandwich.
oh.
You want to make me a sandwich, Scoop?
Yeah. By the way,
Go.
let me ask you a question. And this is to both of you.
You realize you lost all control of the show, Irvin, don't you?
You know what? It's kind of nice to take the pressure off. Yeah. But no, serious. If you were in an airplane crash, because I just had this throwback to a story that you and I did over here on the people that ate up. They were starving to death, so they cannibalized each other. Remember?
Yeah.
And I had said that I would
Story of
never do
Alive?
that.
The soccer team that
yeah.
wrecked in the airplane?
Yeah,
Alive?
and I said I would never do that. I said I'd starve to death. My question to both of you Spartan animals is, would you, in order to survive, cannibalize another human being? Derek?
You want to go first?
Well, Derek is easy. Yeah, he would. What about
I would.
Fuck
I
that.
agree
You
with
do
Derek.
I know he would.
If it,
You
now,
know, oh, you
Chris
must have
Payne
seen
in the house. Chris Payne.
You
in
must
the
have
house.
seen that.
Yeah,
No,
baby.
look,
I
no,
love you guys.
I would. Now, would I murder them? No, but do you mean they already died out there?
Yeah.
And I eat them after they die?
Yeah.
Or do you mean I kill them?
And make me into a sandwich.
I wouldn't kill them. I
would-
wouldn't kill them. But if it was in a situation like Alive,
Yeah.
the Peruvian soccer team,
Sure,
or whatever,
sure.
that soccer team that wrecked in Peru.
Yeah.
If
You'd have a field day.
They ate their. What's up, Payne?
What's up, Chris? Bringing up pain.
They ate their dead after their dead
All right.
died.
What's up? Get over here, Chris.
And you
Sit
know
over
what?
here.
You know what?
Fucking chair, man.
You know what, guys?
Take this one.
They had a good refrigerator system.
Come on, Chris.
Right? They
Moving
had
Where the
a.
hell did you come?
Moving on down.
I'm
Moving
done
on
talking about
down.
cannibalism.
Yeah.
All right,
But
brother
I got a
Chris.
good
what's
segue
going
for
on?
that.
What's
Uh-huh.
going on, man?
What's
Oh,
up?
my brother, right here.
Yes, Chris,
so
bringing
we're
the
gonna
pain.
ask you the same question,
The
Chris.
pain.
Yes. Chris Payne here's in the house. We got a 4-man crew here on the
The
Morning Roast.
four.
We're on the
Horsemen.
We got a four.
Four.
The symbol of excellence.
Life.
For life.
Death to all. And then we got this smug manager.
I can't do any of this shit. Let me
Okay,
see.
Chris Payne, yes or no? Would you eat people if you were stranded somewhere and
Yes.
you needed food and the people
And
died?
there was
Would
no
you eat
more
them?
food left, and you
Would you
had no
resort to
choice.
cannibalism?
It's according to
What's wrong
how
with
much
the
the
plug?
director pays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
thank you.
no. If I'm ever in
No,
that situation, I'm eating every fucking body.
That's
Y'all
right.
better eat my ass first.
That's right.
Because I'm coming for you.
That's right.
If you start looking sickly and shit, I gotta get you then.
You don't want the sick one. You know that's the one that gives you the germs and the.
What are you doing, man?
I'm trying
You
to.
playing footsie?
He unplugged, Derek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm playing with the plug. Not your plug.
He's playing with Derek's plug.
Yeah.
I didn't know you two
I
played
don't
with
know
toys.
what the hell is wrong with it.
What's up? What's up?
I
Chris
don't know.
Payne is in the house.
I'm
Chris
getting-
Payne fucked everything up.
Oh, are we off the show?
No,
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 we're
we're
not.
not.
I
It's
just
just this
Some
plug
limited juice.
is the juice on this freaking thing.
Yeah, the
Book in this show with two white guys and all hell
All
breaks
right,
loose.
well.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Hey, yeah, check and see if your plug is okay because it seems like the plug is out over here.
yeah.
We're not
And
frozen.
we may wind up going off if your battery isn't strong enough.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. The Morning Roast Board of
Did you hear us,
Directors.
Ed?
He is.
What the hell?
So
So yeah, we would all eat people. Irvin, would you eat people?
no, that's what
wouldn't
I was
eat
saying.
people?
No, I wouldn't. No,
If they
sorry.
died and you had to survive, you would not start eating parts of them.
Yeah, no.
You would.
No, I would
survive.
not. Oh, there it is. It's on that end. Yeah.
You would not eat. How would you survive?
It's not there yet, Ed.
How would you
Just don't want
survive?
this thing to shut down.
Irvin,
I would die.
you just died?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, because when you get really, really hungry, you hit a certain point that you're not hungry anymore. Then what happens is you start to lose consciousness, and you just die
Well, the
slowly.
body starts eating away its own.
I'm okay here.
pieces.
Yeah. All right.
Well, Derek's
You're
back
not
on.
plugged in.
Are you back on, Derek? No, it's still
No,
dark.
I mean, at
You
least.
probably knocked the switch on there, but the switch. See that? Oh yeah.
There you go.
There we go. Thanks, Chris. There we go.
Okay.
All right.
Blame it on the spick.
All right. There we go.
Just
Yeah.
eat.
Boy, you sure are politically correct, yeah.
Vote for me for mayor.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
That's a
Hold
good
on.
guy.
Irvin would only nibble. What does that mean? I don't think you know me very well.
I officially
I wouldn't
think.
go anywhere near that body because number one, there's a weird thing with me and dead bodies. That's why I go to funerals, but if
You're gonna
they
start
are,
dancing.
I'm not into that whole look of going up to somebody, and I've done it. And every time you look into their face and you see that palish, purplish, grayish look to them, and it's just disgusting looking. So just by looking at the person, being hungry, I'm not going to say, "Oh, that looks good."
Well, it's not.
And I know
You're
that
not
some of the
eating them because
mentality
you
is,
think it looks
I've
good.
got to have something to
There's
eat.
some-
I got to eat something.
Yeah, I mean,
Fuck
corned
it, I'll
beef
eat
is
that.
not. People eat a
But
lot
you
of
gotta
corned beef,
say
but they
that.
don't talk about it. It looks good. I
I'm
mean,
taking his ass to the bodies exhibit.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
got a
I've seen
bodies
that.
exhibit. I went there.
Yeah.
And we actually had this conversation.
It's awesome.
Because
that
I mean,
exhibit's awesome.
it's an actual body
That's been like
that's been
freeze-dried.
dissected, and dissected
the
and
tendons
peeled
and
down
stuff.
to the
Oh,
level.
yes, yes.
It's just like they got one body that's
It's in
nothing but
Atlanta.
muscular system.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there looking at it like, man, that's a good cut of meat.
It's
right
wild.
there. And,
It
and
is.
everybody was like, yeah,
Yeah.
I could actually eat that if I didn't know what it was.
This
But you know,
Wow.
this exhibit is like it comes from China, right? Isn't it a bunch of Chinese people?
oh yeah,
The one
there was
I saw.
actually a lot of
Because
yeah.
because when it first came out, Heather and I went to it. We lived in Decatur. On the first year it came to the High Museum or wherever the hell we saw it.
Right now it's on permanent exposition
Is it?
at the what is it? Atlantic Station. That's what
Okay.
it
Yes.
Well, basically, there were protests when it first came because
Yeah.
people were. It was the whole issue of human rights because this was all these bodies were all from China.
Right,
all these
right.
bodies and stuff were
Yeah,
Chinese
probably the
people.
slaves that they had.
Well,
who
that's
knows?
what they were questioning, whether they were people that just died that they took, or were they people
They
that
look
were
too healthy.
that were in camps and stuff that they killed. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, they actually had. It was real healthy bodies.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what I'm
that's
saying.
They should.
You remember the
like
one-
athletes?
Yeah, you remember the one running,
Yeah.
the guy like in the running
Yeah.
pose?
Could you imagine,
Yeah.
like maybe it was almost like, you know, some really a horror flick, kind of a space age horror flick, where a country actually takes like a normal person out of his job, and he becomes caught up in a system where you're going to end up being one of those statues.
Might be.
Wouldn't that be a good plot there?
Might be.
And you try to get out of it, and you try to.
Right, it Irvin.
Yeah, it's like
serious.
real life wax museum. Yeah,
Yeah, like.
Awesome.
this is the real
like,
people.
like a real horror flick like that, and you don't know. It's almost like, remember the Twilight Zone with To Serve Man?
Yes, the menu.
It's a cookbook that you find out in the
Cookbook,
end
yeah.
where you wind up. Maybe a movie like that.
yeah.
Remember who
That
the
has to do with that
remember who the alien was?
museum or some shit.
Huh?
The alien in that story. You remember
Yeah.
who played the alien in that?
Nah.
It was Richard Keel.
Yeah.
Jaws from The Spy
Oh
Who
yeah,
Loved Me.
yeah.
There
Now
was
that's my
Jaws
favorite.
from The Spy Who Loved Me.
Bond.
Yeah.
Bond. Richard Keel was the alien
Favorite
in To
Bond
Serve
film
Man. In the To Serve Man
To Serve-
episode.
oh, really?
It was Richard Keel was the actor.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, I
Wow.
mean that Twilight Zone was one of the classics.
They were best.
It's
They were
something
the
like
best
that, a
shows.
science fiction horror, where you know, and it's happening all around. Where maybe you're having lunch with a friend. Next thing you know, I'll be right back. He goes to the back, doesn't come back. Next thing you know, that sets off a series of something to do where you, the person that was the guy that almost survived,
Right.
winds up in the museum and they show your face all cut up with the skin parts hanging off. You know, like you saw, right?
Well, I mean, they don't leave the skin
No.
on. They just
No,
I mean,
they deskin them and they only show
Yeah.
the
So
inside.
different. Like one.
But they're like sword and
like
shit,
one
right?
exhibit shows the whole nervous system.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And then one exhibit shows the tendons
Yeah,
and
and
the
it's-
muscles.
yeah,
Like,
I mean-
like he said, it looks like a good cut.
They
of meat.
freeze dry them.
Looks
Yeah,
like a
they
good
freeze
cookie.
dry them and then they inject a polymer in there.
Yeah.
And then that polymer keeps the blood vessels, every little capillary
Mm-hmm.
in place.
in place.
place.
And then they just remove everything else with like a laser and shit, man. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a good exhibit though. It's very informative.
Speaking of a whole lot of meat, man,
Uh-huh.
there was a 620-pound alligator that was caught yesterday. It could be the largest caught in Georgia.
Yes.
Yes, 4 Georgia men caught a monster alligator. Could be the largest in Georgia since records have been kept. This one was like nearly 14 feet long.
Was it Macon or just Georgia? Somewhere Georgia.
It was some. I think it was in
Probably South Georgia.
South Georgia, somewhere nearby. Jim Overman had a Georgia alligator license, which killed the reptile
Yeah,
with a bow.
565 pounds.
A
Right?
bow. He
No,
shot
it
that
was
bitch
over
at-
620 pounds.
Oh,
It broke the record. The gator
Well, there
was
were
spotted.
2 caught yesterday.
Spotted off a tributary off Lake Seminole, so that's
Yeah,
Near
Lake
Florida.
Seminole.
It's down near Florida.
okay. While the men were scouting for ducks, they shot the gator for 3 hours. They searched for the gator for 3 hours before Overman found and shot him with the bow. The 13-foot, 10-inch gator weighed at 620 pounds. It was nearly 14 feet long. 620
There you go.
Yes, gator.
We were speaking about cannibalism. Have any of y'all ever eaten alligator meat?
Oh yeah, I did this
I've
week.
never had any. You
I
had
did
some?
this weekend at the Indian
I
celebration.
had alligator seeds.
I went to the Indian
You
celebration,
didn't
but we
get
didn't.
gator nuggets,
No.
man. They was awesome.
Oh, they
Gator
did?
nuggets.
Have you ever had it?
Fucking awesome.
No,
I've
never
never
had it.
eaten gator. I've
Yeah,
tried.
I had
I had
seeds.
shark. I had
They
shark.
had
Shark.
seasoned it
Shark's
perfectly. Yeah, it was kind of like, you know, a mix between chicken and maybe,
But was it like a
maybe it was
teriyaki?
more of
Was
a
it like
swordfish
was it like a
kinda.
spicy kind of a spicy?
Oh, what
taste
they
to
put
it?
on was Cajun
Oh, cool.
spices, and
Oh,
it was
Cajun.
freaking amazing.
That's
I
nice.
really liked it.
Sounds
boy.
good.
I wonder if it tastes like chicken. Is one.
But yeah,
purpose.
it's kind of
Yeah.
consistency of chicken
Okay.
and swordfish. If you know what
Swordfish is great. I've
It's
had
like
swordfish.
a steak kind of.
I've had
It's
shark
more of a
before.
steak.
I
than
had
it is-
shark steak before. That was really
Shark
is
tasty.
good.
I had shark.
Yeah, I had shark ears.
I love
did.
animals, but I
Shark
also
fins.
love to eat some.
Shark
of them, I'll
fins.
tell you
Shark
what.
fins. Like,
I could never be a vegetarian. I love animals.
The reason
but
why I
could eat
said
the
shark
animals.
ears is because my friend Jimmy Wang, who's my former roommate, I was in his wedding, and he had a very traditional Chinese wedding, and they have 20 different entrees that they bring you a little at a time, you know. So they brought this bowl full of this cartilage that looked like ears. So at the time, Tyson had bitten Holyfield's ear. So I made this joke at the table, like, what's this, Holyfield's ears? And everybody laughed. Well, there was shark fin soup. It was shark fin soup.
Yeah.
It's pretty gross looking.
It tastes good though.
Cartilage,
Shark tastes
boiled.
good. I've never had shark fin soup, but shark I've had.
It's
Shark
like
meat's
cartilage that's boiled. It looks nasty.
good. But I like
It's
all
fleshy.
seafood.
What?
I like all seafood. there's not a piece of seafood I don't like.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I have.
Yeah, I am good at chewing.
I mean,
ears
I
out.
like crab legs, but this was way too much work, man. I mean, you
I
got.
know, and then you get this little tiny piece of little fucking meat. And
You gotta have like
your
a tool
hands
set.
are bleeding.
You gotta look like a tool set. You gotta have a tool set to actually crack the thing
Yeah.
open. You looking like Schneider from One Day at a Time, trying to
No.
get this, you know.
No.
I got a
and-
tool belt on.
and if
It's
you
a fucking
wind up
melted
skinny-
butter, and it was-
You
Yeah.
wind up skinny. It doesn't give you any kind of fat or any real weight on your body.
Okay,
And
you
you wind
get
up
a piece of
skinny
meat
with a
that's
boner.
fucking big.
That's it. Skinny with a good boner.
Like,
Good bone.
that was good.
That's-
I just skip all the bullshit and get the imitation crab, the big giant hulking
The
crab.
rubbery
And like,
one.
You know, like that seafood. That's why I always get the seafood and crab sub over at Subway back in the day.
yeah. There you
But I don't
go.
know if I want to go there
Crab
because of the
salad.
bread.
What's wrong with the bread?
What's wrong
You
with
didn't
the?
see
Oh
that
yeah,
video?
the guy
I
licked the
understand-
bread.
Oh yeah, I did the bread, the penis bread.
Yeah.
No.
No, it's some
No,
type of.
There's an ingredient in it that they used to make yoga mats with.
Oh, I didn't hear about that story. I remember about the guy putting his penis in the Subway
Yes.
sandwich.
Yeah, that's why he's saying it.
No,
No,
I'm
he
talking
meant-
about
he
the
meant
one with
something
the
else.
yoga mats and stuff. That's
The whole other story.
that makes it kind of taste kind of.
Foodophilia, is that what it is?
Hey, since
Yeah.
since the pain is here and I'm here and DB's always here and you're even here, can we talk now a little bit TV and movies and shit?
Sure.
Yeah. Mark.
Because
Yeah.
you know
Bring it on.
we're segueing.
All right,
We
let's
got a
check
few
it.
announcements to make.
All right, you have a TV announcement.
Well, no, I got a couple other announcements.
All right, so
Which
make
you
the-
guys are involved with all of them, technically, both of them.
Great. Let's do it.
I already made one announcement before you got here, Chris.
Okay,
I officially said to the people that my endorsement for mayor is me.
Exactly.
I'm endorsing Anthony B. Harris for mayor. Go write me in.
All right.
Okay.
The other thing is going to sting you even more. Go ahead.
Right, we got the Bee Sting movie finally finally moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be in that.
I'm
Even Ed
gonna
can be a
be a
redneck in it
redneck.
if you want. Ed can even be a redneck if you
I
want.
Yeah.
ain't good right now.
But Ed might be in it. But
Great.
we're gonna film next Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday we're gonna film
Yeah.
our trailer so we can start getting some money raised for it. And get
That'll be
and
fun.
Will and Matthew are gonna get a kickstart.
We're gonna do a commercial, right?
Yeah, we'll see. It's me.
By the way, I did not shave, but people ask me on the show, Herb, why aren't you shaving?
Right. You gotta be a redneck, man.
Because I gotta be a redneck. And,
Derek will probably be a body. We'll probably use him as a body.
Hopefully, I'll be
Gonna
able to
be
do
a
the,
redneck
at least a
with a New York
tagline
accent.
for the.
Yeah, everybody get your voice.
I mean, can you see this like the Puerto
A
Rican,
Brooklyn
New York
redneck.
redneck? That-
Well, he doesn't have to see. He won't
Hey,
talk. We won't.
hey,
They won't
you.
hear him.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's-
you guys,
He's just a
you've been
visual.
featured.
Talk like
He's just a
this.
visual. He'll be in the movie as a visual. You'll see
I'm
him in
y'all
scenes,
like
but
this
you won't
and
talk.
say y'all.
Can you say
that
y'all?
would be funny though.
Hey,
Can
y'all.
you say y'all?
Hey, you.
Yeah.
You's got a real pretty
I'll
mouth.
use. No, I think I use. Forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it, y'all.
Use got this all wrong.
You's got a pretty mouth.
Yeah.
Squeal like a pig.
Yeah.
You's can you squeal like a pig? You know that? Can you squeal like a pig? Yeah, you know you got a real pretty mouth. You know, me squeal like a pig.
Be
Yeah,
kind
you
of like
know?
Joe Pesci down in the South again.
Yeah.
It's like Joe Pesci down in the South.
Accent.
The
What
Ute.
the hell?
The Ute. The Ute.
You guys don't know what you're talking about.
But anyway, some movies. We got Bee Sting coming up. We'll
Yeah,
talk
we
more
got
about
B
that.
Sing and
And
what else?
then Chris Payne, I think actually is kind of hinting at this stuff. Chris Payne, I don't know if he wants to go into it, but he's getting some word. I'm getting my information from Chris
Yeah,
Payne.
yeah, man.
There might be another movie being made in making soon. Go ahead, Chris Payne.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking kind of good. It's looking kind of good. We got Greg Allman playing
Twice.
here and making twice
They
now.
sold out quick. He's coming back.
Yeah.
Sold more tickets.
The big buzz around that has been the new Allman Brothers movie they're gonna make,
Right.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is big production names.
It's a
Tied to
biopic.
Yeah, biopic,
the same people that just did the CBGB movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Oh, no kidding.
they're and it's not been released yet where they're filming it. They could use Savannah to double as
Yeah.
making because they already have set up there. But I
And
think,
they'll use Florida,
I
where they
think
were
the
from.
fact that Greg is the producer and he just happens to be
Coming
playing a
back to
few
town.
shows here
Yeah.
in town while there's this movie coming up.
Do you think
It
is
seems a little
Cher's
more
gonna be there?
coincident. Huh?
Cher gonna be there? 'Cause
Well,
he
I'm
was
sure
married to
they're
No,
her.
gonna,
but they had
they're
Cher
gonna
and David
include her in
Letterman.
there because it's based on Greg's autobiography.
And here's
Right.
the irony: they just had Cher
Mike
and David
Foster
Letterman
there.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's
So
still.
you never know.
I believe there's still a little contention in that relationship.
I'm sure there is.
probably. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
But I think Chris is on to something when he's the one that basically told me this stuff.
And
yeah,
once again,
so-
you heard it right
so I
here,
believe
first
that'll be
time on the
next
Morning
big
Roast.
production here.
And that's another reason why we're kind of all growing beards out.
Yeah.
I told them I got a few movie projects coming up where I got to have beards and long hair, so I'm from now on letting my hair go crazy. I'm going to let it grow to
So,
where it's stringy
yeah.
to about here. And I'm going to have this shit big and full. So, because all these movies I'm doing parts with are like either Westerns, possibly, or rednecks.
Yeah.
So,
And let me just say this: your
And if I
role,
get on the Greg
your
Allman
role as the wolf on Eisenhower was a great performance.
Yeah.
thank you.
That was funny as hell.
Yes, that was Joe Kovac interviewing me. When I was doing the jump up, like the leprechaun heel click.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, I'm
But
sorry.
anyway, some movies. So Chris brings that information, like Urban said.
Thank
heard
you,
it
Chris.
first.
That's a first on the Morning Roast.
Greg
Don't
Allman
forget,
might be
you
here
heard it here
also
first.
to scope because you know he's going to want to put H and H in there.
He's
You know he's
the
going to put,
executive producer.
and you know
so-
H and H is going to be putting that movie.
I would hope so.
They would
Yeah,
film
'cause
an
they
H
need
and H
the- they need the
restaurant.
business
And, you
need to
know,
make
I
it.
don't
They need
have
the
to be.
business.
They're almost ready to close down.
That's why
Yeah.
they're going to be saved.
Well, you
I
never
bet by
know.
this
Greg
movie.
Allman,
that was
Greg
part of it.
Allman may be in there somewhere trying to help H&H out because
Well,
remember they helped him
Right.
out when he was a
And
kid.
once you film
You
there,
never know.
Once you film there, it becomes a major set in Hollywood history.
And that may be
you
a
put
good way of
plaque-
him paying him
you
back.
put a plaque on it.
Mm-hmm.
You have people from out of town that come here to see the movie history. If we get a bigger history here,
Yes.
as it grows, and then they go to places like H&H,
Oh,
which
yeah.
then makes H&H prosper.
Yeah.
You know, look how well the Whistle Stop Cafe does
Oh,
because
God,
of
yeah.
fried green tomatoes.
Yeah.
It saved that town. That
Indeed.
movie saved that town, and that
Yeah.
town is like prospering big time.
Oh yeah.
So,
Never know.
Just off of one movie.
Yes.
Made
20
like
years ago.
20
90
years ago.
something,
Yeah,
yeah.
something.
Well,
like
it
that.
took one event to destroy Memphis, Tennessee. Remember, it was Martin Luther
Right.
King's dad that, because Memphis was coming out with music and they were like really
Country
exploding.
and
Stax Records.
And
I
then
mean,
all of a
everything
sudden,
was going
Martin
on.
is dead, and the whole city has never ever rebounded from that.
What's the
And
chatter
I
saying?
wonder what it is with Macon, Georgia. Is it that voodoo?
It might be, but that's why when I was mayor, when I running for mayor, I wanted to bring the music back. I wanted
There
to
you go,
concentrate
Marshall.
on the music. That's what I wanted to concentrate on. What are the chatter saying? Let's get the chatter.
Too much. I'm growing my armpit hair. Does that count? Says too much.
Yes. If too much is in Macon, you need to grow all the hair out you can if you want to try to go for a role or be an extra in the Allman Brothers
The
movie.
kid
Because
in Deliverance, I hear you, man. I love that movie.
Deliverance is awesome.
Obviously. Gee.
McGilla is saying I'm
Coulda
growing my
fooled me.
goatee out. I'm growing my goatee out. Miguela says, but Miguela, aren't you a female? I'm just asking.
She's growing that other patch of hair.
See,
out.
I'm just gonna, all I'm gonna do for that movie is just, turn back into the Anchorman 2 guy.
Well, you're perfect,
I mean,
man, Chris. Chris, if you don't get a part in an Allman Brother movie, then
something's
all
fucking
hell
wrong.
has
Yeah,
frozen
they're
over.
stupid.
My daddy sold that bastard cocaine.
Yeah, his
I
dad.
think I need to get in there.
His
And
dad's
next door,
connected
maybe
to
you
the
can
Allman
play your
Brothers.
daddy.
Yeah.
Maybe you could play your daddy selling him cocaine. A deja
Hey,
vu moment.
yeah, no, I mean, I can pull
Yeah.
my dad off, but it just won't work.
But you know me,
it would be weird.
I'll take anything. It's a paycheck. I'll do the,
No
I'll do the
shit.
role, man.
You play a
I'll
wolf.
be the
Throw me
guy
in there
over
as a
looking like
roadie.
Sonny Bono.
Yeah,
I
throw
don't
me in
give
there as a
fuck.
roadie. Throw me in there as an audience member at Central City Park watching them play or something. Throw me somewhere.
Yeah, throw you in as one of those roadie drunken.
I'll do it all.
Oh yeah, I could be the roadie. I mean, I'm sure
Wild boys.
they
One
already
more.
have a good bit of cash.
One more
Yeah.
announcement. Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like we're going to have in February another Real Macon Film Festival.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
For those of you that don't know, Reel, R-E-E-L, Macon Film Festival is a festival that Anthony has put on how many years now?
After
Just
a
one.
hiatus.
Just 1 year.
I say it's our
We
creation.
had a hiatus because we had to
Even
deal
though I
with
put
the
it together, it's our
donation
creation.
fee.
It's not my creation.
Okay.
A lot of people wanted it long before
Yeah.
MAGA was ever around. It's our creation.
Is it gonna run concurrent?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Jackie, I got to talk to her again today, but Jackie from Shadow says we can use her spot, like I was talking about doing last year.
That's
But
right.
we didn't do it. And I talked to my friend Kat yesterday. We can use his projector again. He's on board. He even said that for some reason that weekend, if I have to go out of town for something, like a film something, or if something comes up to film, he said he'll run it for me.
That's
He'll run
wonderful.
Kat will run it like a day or two that weekend. So we're going to do it again. So just pay attention to local guys and gals. If you want to, if you made a movie, submit it. We'll take it. We'll show it. We won't
Right.
pay anything. You don't have to pay us, and there's no prizes given out, and there's no.
Bring it.
Now,
We're
is
just
there a website or a place
Yeah,
that they
there's a
can send
Facebook
their
page. No,
movies
just-
out? Right
No,
now?
don't send it to a website. Just get on the Facebook page, the Real Macon Film Festival. Like that, and just let me know your address and stuff, or if you're local where you are, and I can come pick up a copy of your movie from
Or if
between
you
now.
want to send it, you'll
between now
have
and
an
February.
address
Yeah.
provided for that soon, right?
And we'll collect movies, and once we collect a certain amount by a certain deadline, then we'll put together a viewing schedule for them, and we'll do it like we did 2 years ago. It was fun.
That'd be great. Yeah, I had a great
It was
time.
awesome.
I laughed so hard with that one movie about what the hell was it? It was little patches of fur. You remember? And the guy, it was like very religious. The guy was like a leader of this weird church.
Oh yeah, Solid Ground.
Solid Ground.
About the cuddly critters.
Yeah,
the little
that
little
was
dog.
funny. That movie.
That was
It
Will
was
Graham,
so
Thomas
stupid, it was
Gilliland's
funny.
Piece, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that again. I mean, Jackie's on board, and
Perfect.
it won't
Perfect
cost too much.
segue.
Yeah,
Maybe-
well, I
maybe
thought you
we'll-
might want to go to
Maybe we'll charge a little cover this time, just like a $2 or so.
Yeah.
For people to come in for the whole day, because Jackie is gonna serve food and drinks, and I'm trying to get together some bands to play. Have the festival during the day, then at night
And
throw
at-
some
at
bands in
night.
there. Bam, we got music, we got live bands playing. So combine.
Or you could even have a band interlude in between. Where you
like I did 2 years ago with
Right.
Sugar Virus.
Exactly.
But
Yeah,
the
that
thing
was
about
funny,
it,
yeah.
this time we'll have it in shadows.
yeah.
and
Right.
They can't say
They can't say
about
anything.
Okay.
And get, Virus and somebody else. Get,
Y'all put the call out for music too.
Hey, too much. I seen you was talking about growing out your armpit hairs and all or something. Man, I'm under contract right now. I cannot even trim my fucking nose hairs.
Really? Why?
Yes, I cannot. No personal grooming whatsoever. Not only
What
no
the hell are you
shaving.
playing?
No,
He's lined up
cutting your
for a
hair.
job. He's got. When do you film?
They
Third
want
and
some
fourth?
fucking hair growing out my
Chris,
ears and shit.
When do you
man.
film?
I mean,
The third and fourth?
Huh?
When do you film? The third and fourth?
Yeah.
Something
Kind
like
of
that.
3rd, 4th, 15, 17, 18.
I
Okay.
think that counts too,
So-
Diaz. Yeah, that counts too.
So
For
see,
about views.
that's
Yeah,
why.
views
If
count
Chris is
too.
involved with something here that he's got to go be a
Yeah, what is that? What about
Nothing.
He
the
can't talk
pubic
about it.
hairs? He says and anal whiskers.
We
You're
know what
not
it
allowed
is,
to
but he can't
touch
talk
that.
about it.
I think that counts too, Diaz. I think that counts too. Yeah.
Yeah, they make sure they check it.
Oh yeah, they do.
Well, now, what the
They're
hell is
fucking
this
weird,
all
man.
about? What is it about? Why did he have to not
Because
shave?
they need a very
I look
particular
like
look.
I need
Because
to be.
70s was a very hairy decade.
No, no,
That-
this-
what he's
this
doing is
isn't
not
70.
70.
This is
He's doing something else, but
and
he's
this is somewhat futuristic.
but he's playing the
and,
part that he has to have an exact look for.
Yeah.
They never called me
I
back.
gotta look like I've been like in a dungeon for two years or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. All right, well, speaking of being in a dungeon,
Yes.
I've
Get you the
seen
daily
fire and
bread.
I've seen rain.
well, we're going right to Daily Bread.
Small ration.
And
like
as a matter of fact, the name of this Daily Bread, we're going to Daily Bread. Hey, Ed, where are you?
Never liked James Taylor. Going the hell out of it.
Where's my Pope picture?
I'll do it. Ready?
Yeah.
That sounds like the theme from the Omen. It's,
He sounds like a demon.
It's like an Inya
Like a
album
demon,
or something. What the fuck? Oh, we need some like techno shit in the background.
Yeah. That wasn't so bad. Yeah, oh, that is creepy. Stop that. Alright, here we go.
Thank you.
Here's the real deal.
Real Gregorian monk.
Here's the real music. Today's Daily Bread, thank you, Ed, is Fire and Rain. Fire and Rain.
By James Taylor.
Oh, by the way, this is for today, September 27, 2013, written by Julie Ackerman Link.
Plagiarism.
Well, that's why I announce it, so that they don't think it's coming from me.
Yeah, okay.
Especially when she starts to say, my husband, please. Yeah. When a wildfire raged through the beautiful canyons near Colorado Springs, Colorado, it destroyed the habitat of all kinds of wildlife, hundreds of homes. People across the nation cried out to God, pleading for them to send rain to douse the flames, put an end to the destruction, and give firefighters relief. Some people's prayers had an interesting condition attached to them. They asked God to show mercy and send rain without lightning, which they feared would start even more fires. This reminds me, the reader, and it ought to us, of how we live in tension between things that save us and things that kill us. With fire, we cook our food and keep warm, but in it, we can be consumed. With water, we keep our bodies hydrated and our planet cooled, but in it, we can also drown. Too much or too little of either is life-threatening. We see the same principle at work spiritually. To thrive, civilizations need seemingly opposite qualities of mercy and justice. Zechariah 7 and 9. Jesus scolded the Pharisees for being sticklers about the law, but neglecting these weightier matters. Matthew 22 or 23:23. We may lean toward justice or mercy, but Jesus keeps them in perfect balance. Isaiah 16 verse 5. Isaiah chapter 42 verse 1 and 4 as well. His death satisfied God's need for justice and or need for mercy. Father, for personal reasons, I sometimes lean toward showing mercy, and sometimes I just want justice now. Teach me to balance as I look at your character and give me the wisdom I need in specific situations. God's justice and mercy met at the cross, at the crossroads. In mercy, the throne will be established, and one will sit on it in truth, judging and seeking justice and hastening righteousness. Isaiah 16, verse 5. There you have it. Daily bread, fire and rain, yin and yang, good balance. Remember you said
Jekyll and Hyde.
that too much of everything is no good for you.
Comedy and
It
tragedy.
started off with wildfire and ended up like a self-defense thing, man. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's a balance.
I'm sorry. It was a yin yang because it went all the fucking way around.
Well, okay.
I couldn't figure
So
it out.
I guess my Brooklyn accent, you couldn't understand me. Okay.
No, I couldn't understand. I mean, I read the damn thing and it was just all, you know.
Well, what
It
it's
was
Discombobulated
all over the
in
place.
Chris
What
Payne's
it's
And
saying
let's throw
is-
some Bible
what
verses
it's
in
saying
there.
is
and make
Chris
it-
Payne's opinion, it was
Make
discombobulated.
Here's what it's saying, Chris, in a nutshell. It says that you need to have balance. So, okay, we need justice, but we don't need to be like terrorists. Like everybody around here, people are fearful, right? And they're fearful of something.
I
So
ain't
what do they
scared.
do? They balance that out. They buy themselves guns and AK-47. They try to balance it out with
But
another.
no, they don't
extreme.
buy guns because they're fearful.
No,
they
that's
buy
just-
guns
they
because
don't.
That's
they're
What do you
small
think they say?
dick
Oh, it's to
syndrome.
No,
protect my family.
no, Irvin, I disagree.
No,
Everybody
I
that's a
disagree.
gun-
They say protect.
Everybody's a-
protect against what?
But it's not fear.
Of a fear that
It's
doesn't
not
even
fear.
exist.
No,
It's a freaking fear.
Every gun owner is not a feared
Oh,
person.
yeah, they're all a bunch of cowards. They don't know how to
No.
fight with their fists. That's why they need
No.
a freaking gun.
I disagree.
Oh, whatever.
I just like guns. I like
Yeah.
watching
I
shit
hate
blow
guns.
up,
Yeah,
man. It's
see,
fucking
and Chris is a
cool.
prime
I hate
example.
guns.
He's not scared of anything.
I
He's
hate
not
guns.
afraid. He's not afeared of anything.
Come on, knock on my door.
That's my point.
I
did.
I disagree. Not every gun owner is afraid of anything.
Oh, so y'all witnesses. I don't like witnesses.
That's right.
I'm gonna have to get rid of all these witnesses. No. Hey, I actually did that shit one day. bro.
Master Meatball, I'll respect your opinion, and like they say, go to church on Sunday or go to hell.
What
How's
did
that?
Master Meatball say?
Well, he says in
What?
a nutshell, everything you need to know about being a good person, you were told us in kindergarten. Unless, of course, you're from New York or these rotten schools here. They don't teach you shit there. If you didn't learn it then, you must suffer going to church and that whole guilt trip.
I agree with him.
That's true, man. It's
I
a
agree
guilt
with
trip.
Master Meatball.
Master
Hey.
Meatball, you're a freaking meathead. What can I say?
No, he's not.
You don't know.
No, church and
because
religion, in
first
my
of
opinion,
all,
is brainwash.
he's brainwashed to think the opposite. It's
No.
kind of reverse psychology.
No, it's not.
You're all stuck in your stupidity. Who the hell
You
cares?
can
Well, I've
be,
been
you
to
can be
great
very,
churches.
you can be a great person without
Yeah.
having to be a churchgoer and a God-fearing person.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
can
by
have
the
great
way,
ideas,
There's
you can
good
have
churches out
these
there.
opinions come from people who've never tried the Bible, never read the
That's not
Bible,
true.
don't even know
That's not
whether
true,
the
man.
Bible is right or wrong
grew
or
up
true
in
or
Macon.
not.
I was
They
forced
never
to go to
did
church.
it. They
That's
never
not
did
true.
it.
When
But
I
they
was little-
give their one opinion.
I'm
I did
not going
both.
to
I
church,
did both.
man.
I was a
But Irvin-
scumbag piece of shit,
but
no
Irvin,
good person.
I was
And
sent
then I
to church
became
as a
and
kid.
tried to do
I
the
was sent to
Bible,
church as
and
a
I
kid.
know that it works.
I was sent to
I
church
know
as a
that it
kid.
worked because
I agree. There's
experienced it.
good churches.
Thank
And then
you.
there's the good churches that have preachers that are like, well, you can tell the value of how good a preacher is by what kind of watch he wears.
That's
and there's really assholes like that out there in this city.
There are.
And I'm gonna tell you,
There's a lot.
There's some good churches too. There's good churches.
Well, I
that be out in
just
the
don't
community and
blame
do
you.
shit.
I don't blame people for not having faith because the churches and these scumbag ministers have done a horrible job at teaching what the Bible really said. That's why you're better off, folks. Just get into it yourself. Go and read your Bible and check it out for yourself. Don't let anybody tell you what it says. Because just like in kindergarten, you're going to know the difference between whether what it's saying is right or wrong based on the fact that when you read it, it's verbatim, and then you have to apply it and see whether being good to a person really reaps the rewards that it says it does. And then you'll start to have some faith in it because you'll say, proven by practical application, I have proven its practical result. And you cannot give an opinion on something that you know nothing about.
That's not true.
Because all you know is
That's
what
not
somebody
true.
else told you.
No, because
where
Irvin-
did you read
you-
your
Irvin,
mindset?
the reason
Where
I-
did you
the
get
reason
your
I shoot
opinion
that
from?
down is-
From what
is
this
because-
guy said, Master
No, but
Meatball.
Irvin, I'm shooting you down because I don't agree with that because you always give
You
your
can never
opinion.
shoot me down.
You always give your opinion about
Well, you
sports.
can shoot me down, but
No,
you
you
can't
always
shoot the truth
You
down,
always
baby.
give your
You want
opinion.
my opinion?
Go Dogs!
Irvin, you always give your opinion about sports and you don't know anything about sports.
Well, guess what?
So why should you give
all
your
I
opinion
know,
about
all
it?
I know is
See? That doesn't
when
hold
it comes.
true.
No, wait a minute.
You
First of
can't
all,
give an
I
opinion.
give my opinion on sports on the things that I can give my opinion on. Okay, like every soccer player wants to be gay now.
You already
You see,
proved
I
that.
can give opinions on those sports things.
Because soccer's gay, man. Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Somebody had to
No,
say it,
sorry.
man.
There you go.
Woo!
That put a
Yeah.
total end to everything.
Yeah,
Did
that
you notice
just
that? It was
stank.
like, chirp, chirp. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
That was a good
was
way.
stinking.
That was a good way to silence the mockingjay. That was the way to cage the bird.
Yeah,
Chris.
that's the cage bird scene.
Go ahead, cage the bird.
Speaking
Holy
of
shit.
speaking
Okay.
of gay or anti-gay,
God, I love this.
there's
show.
a Barilla chairman stands by
Right.
anti-gay ad policy. citing
Goodbye,
family.
good time. Now you leave it.
Thank you,
You
Good
don't
Time.
live up to your name, good time. You always leave when we're having a
You're
good
always
time.
signing off too early, man.
Yeah, that's it.
I
I'll
mean,
see
he's
you
got a
later.
job. Oh my God.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes.
We don't
He's
have
got a job.
The chairman
Yeah.
of the Barilla Group, the world's largest pasta company, has issued a semi apology after saying he
I'll pronounce
refused.
it right. Barilla.
Barilla Group.
Yeah, but
The
he.
group's
You want the
the,
fucking commercial?
the world's largest pasta company has issued a semi apology after saying he refuses to feature gay families in advertisements for his products because he prefers a traditional family, quote unquote. But he's sticking to his stance. He says, I
Big
apologize
freaking
if my
deal.
words generated misunderstandings or controversy. They hurt.
I mean, do they have to
some
throw
people's
like gay,
feelings.
gay everywhere? Look, I'm a former whatever. I'm there. I'm bisexual. I don't knock the gay community, but when they want to do everything, it's like give it a break already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
it's what I said
Oh my
earlier.
God, man.
When you see something too much, you get bored with it.
Yeah.
It's like I said earlier
Yeah,
with the Mercer
it loses
football
the
game.
shot.
The Mercer
Yeah.
football game. The ticket sales will go down even if they keep winning because it's not fun to go see it if your team's always blowing them away. There's no competition.
This week's game's gonna be a competition.
Is it?
I got seats this time.
Is it?
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Because that's what we're
But
talking about. How if people always see the same thing too much and it's
Yeah.
overkill, you don't care.
Well, I mean, I
anymore.
left
It's clear.
after the 61-0 blowout. I left at the third quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was like, it was sad. The other team kept going backwards.
Yeah.
It was like, they couldn't even get a fucking first down. In fact, they couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Wow.
It was sad.
Wow.
Yeah.
They left with negative yardage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite sure they did.
But anyway, back to the subject. You're right. Even it doesn't mean you're homophobic because you don't want to see gays on your commercial.
No,
it doesn't mean
no,
that at all.
it's
It's
just
like
saying
Glee.
we don't have to keep
I
seeing
quit
it.
watching
It's just
Glee
like,
because
God.
I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, okay,
That's
Yeah.
what people talking about.
we
Glee.
get it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
What, they talk about it in Glee?
Well, yeah, because
Glee's
they
always
first started.
shoving
Yeah, they,
gayness down your throat.
Of course, look at that woman
Pun
is in
intended.
charge. That gay
Jane Lynch. Jane
yeah,
Lynch.
and I always say they didn't have any
God.
black guys,
Yeah.
you know, singing on. Like, how come they don't have his? Many of us in
up
showbiz,
with
they
that?
couldn't get
Yeah.
Usher. Or anybody
did
like
you
that.
see that
But they
new
got
show?
that one mixed dude who was supposed to one half
Yeah.
black, half Jewish
That's
guy
right, yeah.
was on the show.
He's everything.
Well, no. What about they got the new
They had to
gay
make him
guy?
half black, light skinned, because if he was a dark skinned
Yeah.
full black dude, you'd be just like the real world.
Yeah,
we,
yeah.
we gotta keep,
Nobody
gotta make
else
him
can
light
do
skinned. We gotta can't have no dark skinned brother on it because
Right.
he'll try to sleep with a whole freaking
Right.
cast.
Right.
The,
Well,
the
did you
stunt
see
double,
that?
the makeup artist, the director. You know,
Did you see the new gay guy
Everybody.
on VH1?
He out there.
That he is really like I don't remember what his name is, but he is like the queerest guy. He used to come out on Leno. You know who I'm talking about? That heavy set kind of
Ross.
Did he come
Ross.
out on
Yeah,
the
Ross,
road?
yeah.
Okay, there you go. Hello, Ross.
Yeah, he got his own show now.
He's got his own show now.
He's
And you should see everybody squealing
Who
like
is
some
he?
pigs, so
He
happy
used to
to
be
see
Chunky,
him.
the Chunky intern on Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
Awesome.
Ross, yeah.
Oh yeah, the white fruity guy.
Yeah.
So-
I thought you said he was a black guy. Or
No, he's a white
I know
guy.
that.
He's a
Yeah.
white, chubby
Oh, I can't
white
stand
guy.
that guy. He's not funny.
He's not funny,
He's not
and he's
funny.
like over, like somebody beat him with a stick.
It's like I'm not anti-gay with him. I'm
It's
just
like, give me a
anti-funny.
break.
He's just not funny.
I'm just glad to see a gay person
Not
with
funny.
a show that's not on HGTV or Lifetime.
Or
Bravo.
Or
Bravo! Yeah, there we go.
Or Oprah's
That's
Network.
the trinity of gayness.
Or own.
Like a
Own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
it's awful.
That's
It's
just
awful.
Oprah.
It's
Right.
just-
All you gotta do is throw a G in
Yeah.
front of that. You got gown, and it's the gay Oprah
Oh my God.
and Women
Damn.
Network.
No, Anthony's
Oh,
not
Lord.
gay, Michelle. Nobody's
No.
talking about Ant here.
Of course.
I've got lots of gay friends because I was always around the gay community. I grew up in the theater,
Anthony's,
and I'm very open.
Oh, I
But
know
I'm not
plenty
gay.
of gays.
I'm not gay.
It's just kind of like, you know.
Wait a minute, I'm
it's
going to
kinda like
ask you the
person-
last
But
I
if
know
you're a
plenty
sexy
of
enough
black
man, I'll
people.
kiss you.
You know what I'm saying? Have you
Wait a
heard
minute.
it? You've heard it. Hey, yeah,
Now
I
I
got
got
plenty
a
of black
question for
friends.
you.
What, the guy that brings you the packages?
Yeah, I've kissed a
every
man.
day?
We gotta ask that kiss a
Yeah,
man
I mean,
before.
what the hell?
I have kissed a man before.
All right, well, I was going to ask you a question now. And I'm going to ask Derek the same.
I've kissed a man.
I'm going to ask
before.
Derek the same question, and then
Yeah.
I'm going to ask it to
The pain.
Payne.
Yeah.
All right?
The pain.
Because with it, I already know the answer.
Yeah.
All right, so would you, if you were like, starving to death, becoming a cannibal?
Yeah.
All right,
Would I
would
eat a
you,
gay man?
if there was no women on this earth,
Yeah.
would you bang a guy?
No women on the earth.
There you go. No women on the earth, and it's just
that's a
like
very good
having
question.
no
I'm
food.
taking this seriously.
Would you bang a guy?
I wouldn't bang them, but I would probably let them suck me.
I was about to.
No, because think about it. Think about
I'd
it.
go fuck the hole in the oak tree.
Michelle said, "Oh wow."
Because think about it. No, because think about it. Let's be honest.
Hey, Hawkeye,
Let's
you
be
just
honest.
at the
There's
question
only,
goes to you.
There's only
Hawkeye.
one. There's only one hole on the body that
Yeah.
you could fuck. And I wouldn't do that. I would not
Okay.
stick it there.
Ah.
Now, a
What
mouth.
about the mouth?
Yeah, exactly. Now, a mouth, and we're talking now very hypothetical. There's no women on the planet. We're talking about there's no woman. I mean, there's not
There's
even
no
Honey
woman.
Boo Boo's mama on the
You're not
planet.
gonna go to a sheep.
No,
you're not
I would
gonna
not
go
go
to
to
a
a
dog.
sheep. I would not go.
Okay.
I wouldn't go to a
It's
chihuahua.
simplest that way.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. But I'm being honest. We want an honest answer, and I can tell honestly. I don't know if I would, but I think I would maybe let that happen. But I would
one
not.
of the
bang-
guys there was Big Bubba.
No.
Would you let him
So
take
what I would
it?
tell, I would just tell
And he
him.
has calluses on his hands.
I would tell that guy. I would tell that other guy that was doing it. Just throw these coconuts in front of him. Put some coconuts right here. Put some coconuts. Get some coconut leaves. Make a wig. Throw some hair on you real quick, sir, and then go at it.
TSS,
Like Gilligan's Island.
TSS, what if the sheep was just provocatively?
Then I'm sold, DS. Then I'm sold. I might actually get on that sheet.
Well, Master Meatball, your friend that agrees with you so much, says
Yes, the
a
boy
friendly
that
tongue in a dog is still a friendly tongue to spew my meat sauce.
That's right. So my answer, next, Derek. No, we're not changing subject. I gave the answer. I would not bang him.
I thought you answered already.
I did, but it's
You
Derek's
really
turn. I
like
want to
it.
get Mr. on the fence all the time.
Oh, well, let me see.
I would not bang him, but I would let him do the other. Derek, go.
You're talking about you will let Derek do the
No,
other? No.
I'm gonna see what Derek says.
Maybe spoon, but
Derek,
that's about
honest
it. As
answer
far as
now.
we get.
We're
That's
not
spoon.
gonna act like the senadors are
spoon.
there. Come on.
All right, Derek,
Since
would
there are no
you?
senadoras and no,
Would you?
and
What
no
would you
Priyanka Chopra, there are no women on. Not spoon, but that's about as far as it goes.
You would spoon with a guy?
Well, you don't want to have it in your mouth.
Wait a
Because
minute,
I
we're
would
not
rather
talking
have
about
that than
you,
have my
we're talking
penis
about
on his
you.
ass near his ass.
Yeah, don't pass the
I'm
buck
not
here. We're talking about
spooning
you.
him. I didn't say I was spooning him now.
Well, spoon
No,
what?
I wouldn't spoon. I would just like
What
I would
spoon
like
what?
Master Meatball
You
said.
suck my dick if I washed it?
Put the fire. No, I didn't say I would suck it.
What are you, a dirty cocksucker?
I said I would let
Little
that
spoon.
guy suck it.
I'd be
I
a
didn't
little
say I
spoon.
would. No.
Yeah.
No,
all
I
right.
would definitely be on top, so to speak.
I'm sorry, I'd rather fucking die.
God damn it, dude.
Irvin, what would you do?
Oh, it's pretty typical.
Would you bang them?
Oh yeah.
And you would do the other two? And you would spoon. Irvin would do it all.
What the hell? Have fun. You're gonna die anyway. Go ahead,
My
Chris.
ass would be fucking heartbroken because all the women are gone.
Obviously, it'd be a
And
lot
I
of
would
drinking.
get on a raft and float out into the fucking ocean and find my ass a mermaid.
Wow.
Or some
Oh,
shit.
they're not out
I don't
there,
give a-
Chris.
And if they ain't,
Ain't no
out there,
female
I'm
mermaids.
just fucking dead.
That's
Because I wouldn't
a
give a
bullshit
fuck
answer.
about living
Oh, come
without pussy.
You would
That's
bang
just
him
all
like
there
a
is to it.
jackrabbit.
So you're just gonna try to get tuna instead of.
That's right.
You wouldn't
That's
even,
right. I
You
don't
wouldn't
give a
even
shit.
drill a hole in a coconut or something?
No, I give a fuck a goddamn oak tree or something. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'll spin it
Talking
out
about a
hole
lot
and
of,
just
especially a lot of drinking.
Oh, the good old days.
Speaking of drinking,
I want Ed's answer.
I'd fucking rather die.
Well, we all
what
agree.
is that?
There you go, man.
Other than Irvin, we all agree we wouldn't bang him. Irvin
what
would
I'm
bang
saying.
him.
I would
We
fucking
wouldn't
not.
bang him. But you wouldn't let him do the master meatball in the dark? You wouldn't do that?
Oh, look at that. Even his
I'm the
smell is
only
not
honest
convincing.
fucker here.
As
Besides
I-
Irvin, I'm the only honest guy.
No,
here.
no, I'm gonna tell you.
you're-
Besides
If they
Irvin,
are
I'm the
not
only
me
honest guy
too.
here.
Me too.
Yeah, because Ed's going like this.
Hang myself.
And I know his bullshit now. That means,
You're the shit show.
Well, you see,
not
that would
You're
be
the
the
shit show.
Yeah.
That would be the
bullshit.
end of everything. So if you didn't have no
Are
women,
you
you
kidding
couldn't
me?
procreate, so there's no reason for your ass to be here.
But that's why I said I wouldn't stick it in any other hole.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't bang them. But
Alright.
you know, if they want to,
That shit's just nasty.
if they want to act like Monica Lewinsky, I might be Bill Clinton.
All right,
Bang
well,
dog.
that was my
No.
question of the day, and thank you so much all for being honest. Ed, thank you for lying through your teeth.
Fuck yourself, bro.
All
Go fuck yourself.
right. Okay, we got birthdays
You got
now.
my
yes.
Oh,
We're
hell,
gonna-
don't
we're
name
so
a bunch
just-
of unknown
You
No,
got
no,
birthday.
no, birthdays. Speaking of, there's one particular birthday. WMAZ, the very first very first TV station in Macon, Georgia, had started 60 years ago today. This is their Diamond Jubilee.
Wow,
60
they've been
years
around
ago
so long, I never heard of them.
And you still can't get it fucking right.
Yeah, they can't.
60 years of dysfunction.
They can't get it right. You're
Happy
right about
birthday,
that.
WMAZ, for 60
Oh,
years.
that makes
television.
sense, yeah.
That's what
Yes.
that's what you get for having a fucking black cat as your goddamn mascot.
That's right. And they're number
Dumbasses.
number 13. Unlucky.
Yeah,
13.
no shit, man. You're just all
Instead of
fucked
what,
up.
lucky 19, right?
No, 7. 7's the lucky number. You see how well it did for me for the mayor race.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Seven's a
34
good number.
votes.
26.
All right, go ahead,
It was
Gary. Here's our first birthday.
celebrity birthday. Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
Rat Mars used to release this. Put it in the bag
Is he
in the
still
Carter.
little?
Yeah, he's still little, yeah.
So Lil Wayne.
4 Grammy Awards in
Because Young
2009.
Jeezy's not young anymore.
I know.
No, it's just
Lil Wayne is
Neither is Young MC. That guy's old as hell.
he
Young
old MC now.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne, this is his birthday he turns 31 years old today. Avril Lavigne, Canadian singer.
fucking hot.
Yeah, she is.
I
Yeah,
don't care for her music.
she's
Nah.
I don't give a shit. She's fucking hot.
she's 29. She's 29 years old
She
today.
looks like a pain in the ass to have a girlfriend.
Gwyneth Paltrow, Academy Award winner, won for Best Actress in a Role in 1998 film Shakespeare in Love. They got it as 89.
By the way, did you hear that she was on a motorbike
Yeah.
and almost got her daughter killed
I didn't.
because she goes right in front of a school bus. If that school bus did not stop, it would have ran her ass over.
Gwyneth Paltrow?
Gwyneth Paltrow, she comes out in a little motor scooter.
Okay, scooter, not a bike.
Yeah,
not a
scooter.
motorcycle.
That's what I meant to say. One of those little Vespas.
Yeah.
A little Vespa.
Yeah.
She's got the kid in the back, and the bus is like way ahead of her.
Yeah.
And she goes to the side and does this, just clips the bus. And the bus stopped and it missed her. It goes to show you, happy birthday. You're not going to have any if you keep driving like that.
No, man, it's that big
Gwyneth
fucking
Paltrow,
face.
she turns 41
The
today.
big
She's
face.
lost.
It's the
Another
giant-
birthday, Meatloaf. I would do anything for
I would do anything for love.
No wonder that son of a bitch
2
used to
out of
faint.
3 ain't man.
Man, yes.
Go ahead.
He turned
I
6.
hate meat.
He turns.
I mean, the food.
You would eat a human, you cannibal, but you hate meatloaf?
Yeah, I mean,
You're talking about the food, right, or the singer?
It's just
No, I think he
about
said
it.
both.
Meatloaf is 66 years old today.
I
Sean
like
Cassidy,
Meatloaf.
the former teen idol and the younger brother of David Cassidy, known for his like the Do Run Run. He played one of the Hardy Boys of Parker Stevenson. He turns 55
They
years
don't
old.
even have his picture up. That's how dead he is.
Yes.
That's how
William-
outdated he
What
is.
happened there?
William Conrad, the
gets
narrator
no
of
respect.
Rocky and Bullwinkle, and also known as Cannon,
The fat man.
the Fat Man, Jacob the Fat Man. He was born on this day.
Conrad was
Well, he was
the voice
also
of who?
Ironside, wasn't he? Oh, that was
that's
Raymond
Raymond
Burr.
Burr.
He was the voice of who?
Also the voice of Marshall Dillon, the radio version of Gunsmoke. Yes.
Yeah. William
Samuel Adams was born on this day
Oh,
too.
Rocky and Bullwinkle. What is that?
I love
Rocky
his
Berger,
beard.
narrator.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. Samuel Adams was born on this day, founding father and brewer who helped organize the Boston Tea Party and a great beer brewer, born in 1722. Tamara Taylor, actress who gained fame as Dr. Saroyan on the TV drama Bones. The late Greg Morris was born on this day. He would have been 80 years old today. He played the electronic spy Barney Carter on TV's Mission Impossible. Let's see, Grace Helbig, internet star who has a daily Grace show on YouTube, web series. She's 28. She got a couple of commercials on Lowe's.
She gets a birthday
And she
mention?
gets a birthday call.
She's big. She got some. She's making money on Lowe's
big.
commercials.
Yeah, since last Thursday.
Yeah,
her.
Sophia Milos, Italian Greek beauty, who became a true star on CSI Miami. Jane Meadows, actress and wife of Steve Allen, and sister of Audrey Meadows. She's 93.
She's still around.
Yeah, she's still 93 years old.
Wow.
Trick Daddy, he's
She
turned
actually
40.
played the original Alice also, you know.
Yes, Debbie Derryberry, who's 46 years old. She turns 46. The voice of animated films like Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, and Ice Age: The Meltdown.
Celebrity has gotten ridiculous. I mean, everybody's a
Anybody.
freaking
You're a
celebrity.
celebrity.
And you know what? No one cares. It goes back to me saying about if you win your football games all the time, people going to quit going because they're not seeing any competition.
Yes.
Well, I
It's
mean,
the same as these celebrities. Everybody's
it's the same as
celebrity. Everyone
celebrities.
gives
They
a shit
want to
for
see
them.
them fall off their pedestal.
Yeah, Don Cornelius was also
They
born on
like
this day.
watching you build you up and then just tear
Right.
you down with the
That's
paparazzi.
right.
Yes.
But also,
Don Cornelius, the
smoking a
host of
joint
the
or
long-running
some
show
shit.
Soul Train, was
Committed
born on this
suicide.
day.
He committed suicide.
What?
1930.
Was he a linebacker?
Born 1930.
Don-
Don Cornelius.
Yeah, Don
That's my
Cornelius.
man right there.
Yeah, Don
Oh man, that
Cornelius.
dude had so much
Love,
money.
peace, and soul.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a gun to shoot your head off.
Yeah.
That's how he needs to close
I mean, there was too much soul in there. You had to let it out.
Don Cornelius.
Yes. On this, I'm gonna go. We go into. We're gonna go into.
lost
Let's
his
get the hell out of birthdays!
Yes,
Because
Because
which I did.
everybody's a celebrity. Warhol was right. Everybody's a fucking celebrity.
Yeah,
15
well,
minutes.
actually, you got to do word
Word
origins.
Yes.
Here we go.
The word today is hegemony. Hegemony. Dominating
Hegemony.
influence.
Harry Potter's best friend.
Yes.
No, that's Hermione.
Yes. Dominating influence of one nation over another etymologically denotes leadership. It was borrowed from the Greek hegemonia, authority or rule, a derivative of the verb hegestai or lead, to
Is it
which
hegemony or hegemony? Hegemony?
to which English Sikh is distantly related.
Is that it? Hegemony?
Yes. Do you want to
Who
do
uses that word?
We do
You want
now.
to do the who said that first, or you want me to say
Yeah.
Who
Chris?
the fuck? I don't care, man. I don't
Okay.
care who the fuck said it first.
Who said? Who said this
I'll
first?
paraphrase.
Too clever by half.
Too
I don't even
clever
heard of this.
by half. I
This is
never
a
use
rare
that
one.
shit.
Sheridan gives the first hint in school for scandal in 1771 when Charles Surface tells Sir Peter
My dad was in that play.
Joseph. Wow. Okay.
My dad played Sir Peter.
Oh,
Theater making did, along with Mercy University.
So
School
your
for
dad had to
Scandal.
say that line.
how about that?
School for Scandal.
Ain't that funny?
Sir.
When Charles Surface tells Sir Peter that Joseph is too moral by half.
Yeah.
But the true ancestor of the contemporary expression came from the British poet, author, and soldier George White Melville, a former cavalry officer in the Crimean War who used the term too clever by half when writing of Crimea and the siege of Sebastopol in his novel The Interpreter in 1858. So there's a jocular version, too clever by three quarters, have occasionally been used to stop Stephen Fry, Clive James, Jonathan Miller, Tom Stoppard, and others by similarly impressive breadth of mind.
Oh my.
NC. Yes, there it is. Who said it first? Too clever by
Yes, I can't stand Lil Wayne either. Thank you, Thunder Schnoff.
Yeah. Speaking of which, on a crazy note, there are 358 twerkers swarm Herald Square to set world record in New York City.
Oh, who cares?
Says new.
I think I broke my back, but I had a great time.
Yeah, it says New Orleans bounce music artist Big Freedia needed at least 250 participants to enter the Guinness Book of World Records and 100 shows in Manhattan to twerk it out. So how about that? Twerking, make it on the Guinness Book of
Well, you know,
Records.
any gun lover ought to want at least to aim at one day
Aiming at some
aiming at
twerkers.
some twerkers and shoot them in the ass.
So I got a question.
That's what they could do.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Guys, you're stranded on the island. It's just you, Miley Cyrus, and a gay guy.
Named Justin Bieber.
Your choice is you have to either, no, not Justin, you either have to sleep with the gay guy or you got to put up with Miley Cyrus's singing and all that stupid shit. Which one do you choose?
I'll,
Fucking Miley, dude. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't say you have sex with her. No, I didn't say you have sex with her.
I can
I
handle
say you have to have sex with a guy or you have to
tiny
put up with Miley
black
singing and
ass.
doing her stupid dancing. You can't
although
have sex with her.
this is a
Oh,
very
damn,
hard,
that is just.
this is a
man.
very hard
I'm
one to
down.
I just
answer.
had to
I'll
get
throw
eaten
some
by some
dollars
sharks.
at
Bump
that.
that. Just
I'm
swim
down.
in the ocean.
Derek, take us out.
Just swim. I'm just gonna have to swim in the ocean, get eaten by a shark. Bump that. That's
Well,
that was way too much pressure.
By the way, I would probably listen to Miley.
Okay, listen, Miley.
Yeah, I would.
That'd be cool. That'd be really, really cool.
There's gonna be
That'd be
no
cool.
sex involved with me. There's no bitching and moaning and feeling like you
That'd
got
be
it
cool.
all and
That'd be really, really cool.
that you're gonna demand shit of me that I can't give.
Yeah.
And all that shit. There's nothing.
You don't want the
between that.
drama.
I don't
You
want
wouldn't
that
bang
drama.
Bieber?
So screw that. So,
Oh, you wouldn't bang Bieber?
no.
Oh, he's a cute.
Would you flip Justin Bieber's initials
He's
around?
got pretty mouth.
Irvin, would you flip
I don't
Justin
know. I don't know.
Bieber's initials
I'll
around?
think about it.
Irvin,
He's too young.
would
He's
you
too
switch?
like
Would you
like
swap
pedophilia.
Justin Bieber's initials around?
See, Justin Bieber
Yeah.
isn't old enough yet, in my eyes, to
like
be
old
attractive.
guys.
He's too young.
He's not a guy anyway. We're not talking
Yeah, I
about
know.
lesbians. We're talking
Barely.
about, we're talking about gay
I
guys.
hear Ted Turner's available.
I mean, I like him a little young, but shit, that's like a Twinkie, a twinkle.
He likes
Whatever.
him young, but not that young, huh?
Not that young.
Yeah.
Not that.
They gotta be able to
What?
vote.
Chris Hansen.
There's something about the human body that's still not developed, even at age 25. These kids are
Yeah, it's
too
called the
young.
brain,
You
which
just
they don't
fucked
use.
Twinkies up for me.
It's like screwing something
By
that's
the way, they
not
talked about they're
formed
going to
yet.
add adolescents in UK. UK hospitals say they're going to. Scientists say they're going to say that they're going to add the adolescents up to age 25 because
Add
Kill-
adolescence.
Yeah.
they're going to stretch adolescents age to
I heard
25
that.
Because
because
somebody's so
Brandon
damn
finished the
immature
form.
now?
yeah.
Really? Wow. That's true, though.
So 25 is the new 18.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's true. You got to remember when you were 25 years old, you thought that you were all about that, and then you realize in your 30s and 40s.
I'm 44 and I still think I'm all that and I'm adolescent.
No shit,
Yeah.
man. My hormones never turn off.
When's it change for me? When do I
Suspended
mature?
animation. It's either you're in suspended
I'm waiting.
animation or stuck on stupid. Either
Yeah.
one.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Well,
Most men have the common sense of a 12-year-old.
that's true. Well, I
obviously you ain't never met Sarah Palin, Michelle Stacey. I'm just or the Octomom.
There
I'm
you
just
go.
saying.
There
I'm
you
just
go.
saying.
have you been
Oh,
paying
How
attention
did that
to
work out?
Michelle? Have you been paying attention to Ted Cruz in the news?
Oh,
No.
Hello,
Yeah.
hello. I think you want to retract your statement. I'm
No,
just
I
saying.
think Ted Cruz is kind of funny.
I'm
though.
about to filibuster this whole fucking roast.
I don't like Ted Cruz, but I don't dislike him because I think it's kind of funny what he's doing. It's stupid politics as usual.
It's a little bit
But-
of you in there.
But it's very fucking like
Yeah, the
retarded
shit he was
and funny.
reading, that
Yeah.
was fucking hilarious.
It was
man.
funny.
I was like, hey,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool, man.
It's funny, man.
Just start reading the ingredients of milk.
Yeah, it was funny as shit.
And
Because
started
you know what?
green eggs and ham.
Because
Yeah.
they say in the past when people filibustered, most of the time they go to religion. They start praying. They start reading from the
Yeah,
Bible.
that's true.
I don't want to hear that
Yeah,
either.
nobody-
I'd rather hear a guy pull out like 50 Shades of Grey and start
Yeah,
reading this
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
That would be funny as
Yeah,
hell.
that would have been much more entertaining than green eggs and ham. You know,
No,
But
I
it
like
did
Dr.
make him
Seuss,
look like
man.
a
No,
big-
I mean, he
that's
could
not
have.
Dr. Seuss.
I'm not bad.
It
man.
did
He could at
help
least could
him.
have done it in the Jesse Jackson voice.
Yeah.
I will not eat it in a house.
That's
I will
true.
not eat it with a mouse.
Mouse.
I will not like green eggs and ham. I do not like it, Sam. I am.
Well, by the time he gets it out, it'll be 21 hours. And I'm sure, this is the way he speaks. Let me just say this. I don't think that Ted Cruz did any justice for himself
But yeah,
in
you're
looking
wrong.
any smarter than he did when he walked in.
I don't care about him
It
being
made
smart.
him look completely
No, no,
foolish
no.
to go.
Yeah,
and
no.
it's true, the green eggs and ham was hysterical, but it's good for a joke. But
That's
it's
what I
not
take
good
it
to
as.
take the guy
But
serious.
you're talking to a guy who treats politics as a joke. I think the whole thing
Yeah,
is a joke.
it is.
Right.
fucking
It's a whole joke. It's a joke
It
locally.
is a
That's
joke,
the point
yeah.
I was
It's a fucking
making running
joke.
for office. It's a
Yeah,
joke.
so you can have us. Yeah.
Irvin, it's a joke, man. Politics
fucking
is a joke.
It
It's
is
supposed
a
to be
joke, but he's talking about a very serious issue.
Well, I don't like the guy because I don't like these politicians anyway. But I just think it's kind of funny. But he should have gone even crazier and read some really outlandish shit.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he should have. You know, he should have started doing shout outs
Yes.
to people. You know.
Give my
Yeah,
shout out to
That's
Rob
right.
Ross, and all
Like
the
like a burrito maker. I think it's time to wrap it up.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah,
Yes,
Ed
one
has
of
got
the-
a splitting headache.
Yeah,
That's
man.
it.
We wanted
Ed's got to go let some guy suck his wang.
Yeah, well,
Just kidding. We're talking about
And he's not even on an island.
it's past his bedtime. Let's go. Let's move
Yeah.
it.
Want to thank DS Photo Guy for
DS in the house. We enjoyed hanging out
Hawkeye,
with you
New
and your woman
Jersey, Michelle Stacy
at the Okmulgee Indian Festival.
Classic Canvas, Urek Wildcat, thank you for coming by. Ashley 34.
Master
thank you.
Meatball,
We love you,
Noah,
Ashley, 34.
Real Man Porn, Smell My Finger, Thunder Snarf, Wartown, and Zappa One. Thank you
And
all.
thank you
Who
for
else is
having
here?
Anthony here
Thank
and
you,
also
Anthony.
Chris
The
Payne
Pain.
for coming in.
The
Thank you,
Pain.
Brother
Did
Pain.
my brother come on at all today, Coffee Guy?
No.
He'll probably
Thank you, Ed. Good show.
Of course, you
Thank you,
know,
Ed.
don't forget to check out the Mercer game tomorrow for those in Megan. Don't forget, and also
The
the
Pain.
Right,
be
Mercer versus Drake interconference.
So this is a good.
Throwdown.
So this is
Yes.
a good team. You're saying.
LSU for
Yeah.
Drake is a good team.
Oh yeah.
and LSU versus UGA game at 3:30 on
Call it,
CBS.
DB. Who wins? Call
Georgia.
it. No, that's who you
Well,
want.
I
Who
mean,
wins?
I'm representing the
That's the
Dog
thing.
Wars.
I think Georgia.
We're
Georgia.
done with sports.
Yeah, it's all hell. We're just letting hell
Oh,
break
no,
loose.
I'm never done with sports, man.
Yeah, no.
That's right.
It'll
That's
put us
right.
all to sleep right now. All right, thank
Anyway,
you guys.
thank you guys. We'll see you Monday.
Thank you.
Until Monday, can you smell what the roast is brewing?
We had no coffee.
The symbol of excellence.
Whatever.
You know what? You's got a pretty good mouth. You know that? You's got a pretty mouth. You know that? You know that? You's got a pretty mouth. You.
Where the hell did you come up with
You
that
talking
one?
to me? I got a pretty mouth. Maybe you got the pretty mouth. You.
Anyway, and so I used to go.
Great. What a treat. Thank you, brother. Thank you.